and we're doing it live.
Welcome to the GRG podcast, where we talk about the latest in gaming news, hot topics, and more.
Let's go!
With guests Lady Infamous, Delilah HD, 108 Dragons TV, Triple Cup Chuck, Live Wires Gaming, Blood Knuckles, 100, Kaleidoscope, and your host, K Mega 405. The GRG podcast
starts right now.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, damn, we already get started. I know, after what we just heard, we all coughing. Let's talk about it. White on white crime. Let's talk about it. These gaming streets is tripping. But anyway, let's get away from that and let's talk about, appreciate it, Kunistina. Thank you. Appreciate the intro. Now, as you can see right now, we about to do a roast. We starting off right here because, you know what, if you see this gameplay right now, I don't know how many people are watching, but if you see this gameplay right here, this is the mighty God of War on mobile. Man, you'll also see a couple of other mobile games from great PlayStation icons, and they will be there just to show you for a few minutes before we show the rest of the crew's gameplay. But I just had to just throw this shade right off the bat because I am so sick of hearing these PlayStation fanboys keep talking about Xbox. It has no exclusives because, damn it, if Halo's going to PC, what the hell is Kratos over here throwing shit on a mobile phone game for? Let's get it. Anyway, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are doing it live, and if you don't think that we are pumped tonight, we are motherfucking pumped. Yes, K-Mega said a swear word. We about to do it. Let's go and let's
he said in the first 5 minutes too. Oh, damn, we're going on.
Minute. It's about to get started. Like I said, it's about to be a roast tonight. But anyway, it's
what
good
kind
to
of
be
roast?
here. I won't say it here in public, but it's a roast. Anyway, let's get to the panel. What's going on with you, 108 Dragons TV? What's happening, bro?
Man, your boy been behind the scenes working hard, man. Looking at Twitter with these AK fools. Doing reviews for laptops, preparing for E3 2019. It is a fabulous week. I'm excited. Can't wait to jump into these topics. Facts.
Yeah, I know, man. Let everybody in the chat that's already here. What do you think about this Uncharted mobile game? I think it looks absolutely like trash, but still, it's a mobile game. It's Uncharted. I think it's sold all right. What's going on, Xbot 448? You just came. We was watching the drama unfold, my brother. I'm glad that you kept quiet because you know you are a beacon of hope within the white community, and that white on white crime the white on white crime that we just witnessed was absolutely hilarious. But you know what? Here, welcome. I'm there. I do want to play some clips, but I'm not. The panel said, "Hey, guys, K-Mega, don't do that. But it was messy. It was good and juicy and messy. But anyway,
it's gonna be on Twitter though.
It's on Twitter. Trust that. It's on Twitter. But it was great, man.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? Great crossfire. But let's go to it. 100. What's going on with you, bro? What's happening?
Man, just getting back from the office, man. Had to do a full tour of duty this week. Sitting here playing with my new phone, having a cocktail, finna talk about these gaming topics in these gaming streets. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I hope I don't get bomb rushed there. I hope nobody don't call me no punk bitch.
Oh no, right? See? Oh my God, look at this. Uncharted on the mobile phone. Say it ain't so. Another game on mobile. Man, we can't wait, man. Can't wait. Cannot wait. All right, we're moving on to our Rookie of the Year. What's going on with you, operations? What's happening?
What's up, man? What's up? You can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you. Really, you loud and clear. You sound like you sound like you finally got out your mama's bathroom.
Oh, that's a funny story behind that. But yeah, man, it's all good, man. Just grinding away on Sekiro. I finally beat. It was one of General's Blade. If I'm wrong, help me on this. Shikaboo, Shikaboo, Toshikatsu Yamiachu. Yeah, I know.
You might have to leave that word alone.
I tried.
You need to go to our Japanese
today. I'm happy, man.
interpreter.
It took me a week to beat, and I finally took his ass down. I'm just happy right now, man.
But yeah, Shikabu.
There you
go. Shukabu. All right, cool.
Shikabu, yeah.
Yeah, well, he said.
We're watching that one right there.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry, bot. Yeah, I did that. I did do that. And so it's got 2 live show alerts. I'm still learning how to use OBS, but yeah, because it's really, I'm over here relinquishing secrets. But regardless, yes, I will turn that off next time. I definitely will turn that off. But regardless of that, all right, cool. Let's get on to Bloody Knuckles so we can get into this this great show, man. We got a lot of topics tonight, a lot of good stuff to talk about. Of course, we're not going to be able to hit them all because, especially if we have Bloody get started, then we.
I mean, I'm gonna try and be good today.
You gonna try to be good today?
I'm gonna try.
You're gonna have to because we got like 30 topics. Okay, just keep that in mind.
I think we got 30, but we only gonna talk about 5 because everyone else is gonna go off, and then I'm gonna go off, and then you're gonna be like, "Hey, shut your ass up, boy!" I'm gonna be like, "Why? What did I do?"
Yeah, we're gonna
be like, "Shut your ass up."
We're gonna be saying, "Boy." That's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say, "Boy." You're the same age. You're around the same age as my son, and I'm gonna be saying, "Boy." Shut your
all
ass
day,
up.
every day.
All right.
Anyway. No, but things are good. Things have been really good lately. Anyone who didn't pay attention last week, I did that charity stream event, which was really awesome. We hit all the goals. We hit $1,200 raised. I didn't get any donations during my time, but I got a lot of support from a lot of the other streamers that were there, and a lot of them were Mixer partners. So I made a lot of great connections there. And I actually streamed with one of them the other night, was on top streams on Mixer's front page for a little while, playing Human Fall Flat with like 30 viewers.
Nice, man.
60. So it was awesome.
You better not leave me out in that credit.
Oh no! I was like, you helped out a lot. Like, man, everyone. I wouldn't be
motivated the hell out of your ass. Let's go. Stay focused. That's what I'm talking about. I'm very happy for you, and I'm proud of you. Facts.
Yeah, give a big shout out to my main man, Jazzy Noop. Man, haven't seen you in a while. Glad you came back to the family. Oh man, and we're looking at T Reaper, our main dude, Thomas Franks. Man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Thanks for the support, bro. Yeah, Philosopher Doom, Kunasina. You know what I'm saying?
Miss K.
You know what I'm saying? What is this? New York, what is it? New York Music? Because NYT. Is that what is NYT?
Who knows? But I got something
what NYT mean.
I was like the other day on one of the
podcasts appreciate you guys.
Show, right? One of the guys there, Yovi, he heard me talking, he said, "Why do I feel like Xbot is in the show?" I'm just like, God damn it. I was like, everyone calls me Baby Bot for a reason. He started laughing so hard.
Yeah, nah, man. It's I do have an announcement to make. Somebody hooked me up with what's that game called again? What is that game that's everybody's hyped about? The Dark Souls. Sekiro. Yes.
Oh, Sekiro.
Yes, Sekiro. And I'm thinking about streaming it sometime this weekend and having people maybe laugh at me. But you know what? I started the game, and you know what? I actually did pretty good till I got to the second big guy again. And then I was tired. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, so I was like, I had to go to work. So I don't know. But
wait, you said the big guy? Which big guy? Are you talking about the?
No, it was just a regular minion, but he was a big guy. I killed the first one, and then I was like, oh, you could kind of roll up on him, stab him, shank him, take him out like that. I was like, okay, all right, we can work with it. And then I came in trying to be cute, and he cut me to the white meat. So
that's probably General Tenzin, probably.
No. If he's still pretty on, then it's probably the first ogre that's in. It's the.
No, he said he cut him up. That's the thing. He said cut him up.
Yeah, I cut him up. But regardless of it, you know what I'm saying. I'll definitely show it. I'll definitely stream it. I mean, because I'm here. I want to know if this game is more like Ninja Gaiden or if it's more like Dark Souls.
It's a mix of. I would say it's a nice mix between both.
Okay,
it really does.
Right.
It has the like the kind of combat and difficulty that you would expect out of a Souls-like game, but it also has the kind of uniqueness of the different weapons to use of Ninja Gaiden, but still has a difficulty too.
Think of like the premise of Dark Souls, but like the mobility of Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Well, because already the one thing that I did like was that the guy that could maneuver a lot better than you can in Dark Souls. Dark Souls maneuvers and movement is just absolutely, it just makes me angry. And I play it for maybe about 30 minutes and then I cut it off because I'm like, this is bad.
Yeah, bro, and having no stamina bar.
But they do that on purpose. It's intentional.
I know. And
Yeah.
And like I said, a big shout out to Luca and everybody else out there that plays Dark Souls and enjoy it. It's just not my thing. Because I'd rather have the movement. Give me the hard characters because I'm used to playing my games on hard. But come on, let me have the movements to jump back and forth and all of that. But anyway, let's talk about Mortal Kombat right fast. I know we've been talking about Mortal Kombat for the last 3 weeks, but my God, like it's just so damn close. We're just a couple of days away now from the launch. The ultimate the official trailer came out yesterday, and did you guys check it out? What did you think? I don't care whoever jumps in, but what did you guys think about it? Are you hyped to get this? Anybody?
Well, I'm gonna jump in. 108 gonna jump in. Let me jump in. Let me tell you something. I've been hyped from the time they showed it. The beta made me even more hyped. If you notice my last few videos, that's gameplay I just keep showing. I spent $336 on the game because I will be unboxing that Scorpion Head edition come Tuesday. That's if GameStop ship it to me on time. But you already know how I do. I collect those editions. I'm stoked. And you know what's the best thing about it? It does not control like Injustice 2. I'm sorry. I can't stand that game. The controls, not the story, but the controls. But I am so hyped for Mortal Kombat, and it feels excellent in the hand. Facts.
Nice. There was somebody that was in the comment section that said, Lemon always says facts. Why is that? And so
because that's all I talk about. That's what I do. Even when you go to my channel, whatever I say, go Google it. I don't never talk no BS or no lies or no clickbait. That's what we do at 108. We promote facts. And I'm from New York. That's what we do.
I thought y'all say son. I thought y'all say son all the time. Yo, son.
You say son, but you can't say this game is real, son.
Okay.
You can articulate better than that, but everybody know what a fact is.
Yo, B.
I hope you know what facts.
All right.
He said B. That's so 1987.
Hey, brother. Hey,
yo,
man.
B.
Yo, I mean, look, there was one cat that was from New York that used to that come out. Of course, everybody that comes from LA and from New York that comes out here to Oklahoma, they always gotta big up their whole state, like it's just like that, right? And that's cool. It is what it is. But that dude kept saying B and all that. So maybe maybe the New York cats ran his ass out, and that's what was the last thing that he knew was B. So I don't know.
He must have been from the Bronx. They say that all the time, but
he could have
every neighborhood, every area got their slang. Man.
He cut hair. He cut hair and had a gold tooth. I forgot what his name was. I think it was Ruck, but he was part Jamaican and something else, and he was wild, man. He was a wild dude. He was cool though. You know what I'm saying? He always started some shit, but he was cool though. But,
I mean, we got a weird slang. We opposite every other state in the country.
Yeah. That's,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real. So, anybody else want to touch on the Mortal Kombat? I think I heard you, 100.
Yeah, man, that shit was fire action and Septor. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all didn't see it, that's your fault. I watched it like six times. So it was fire. I watched it 6 times yesterday. I was actually when I was looking at how they were. How they was getting around.
You botting, bro. You botting.
You botting.
Uh-oh.
You not a bitch.
Yeah, we can hear you. Stop it. See? Y'all told me. See? Y'all told me not to do it. You told me not to do it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I said my dude is not a bitch.
The game is fire. Day one.
One thing. With Days Gone,
I ain't got nothing to do with this. Public service
announcement.
Why you do it?
Like,
I love
all around.
I mean,
Dude.
my mother.
Dude, I'm not the one going around saying I'm salty and salty this, man. I don't take that as you quit.
No.
The minute somebody said something, I got kids, I got a wife, I can't take this, bro. I gotta go. Stay salty, bro. I'm pouring some salt out for you.
We need some gunshots in here. We need some gunshots.
Wait, what? I know I gotta get that. I gotta get that Steam Deck, bro.
For the record, everybody, we at GRG do not condone crime side unless it's in defense of ourselves.
We do not condone crime side, but this white on white crime was great to listen to before the show. Bro, that shit was hilarious. Hold on, just one more time.
No, don't do that.
That's not one of my topics, crap. I want to, let's get on topic here. Man,
I don't care.
Hold on.
Like a little, because somebody made fun of you in the chat, like a little bit.
I plead
innocent.
innocent.
All right, let's get back to the show.
Let's go back to the show. All right, okay, let's get to it. Anybody else want to talk about Mortal Kombat?
Oh man!
Anybody else want to go? Let's get
Y'all
back.
gonna get me in trouble next week.
I know.
Public service announcement 100 did not have nothing to do with that public service announcement. I had nothing to do with it.
Your boy Bloody is absolutely innocent. I did nothing.
Oh, yeah, you
No,
did
let's
nothing.
keep it official.
Look,
The venom is real in these gaming streets.
I have an alibi. I was at the office. I got an alibi, so I was not around.
Shout out. Hey, look, all I can tell the gaming police out there is that when they say, hey, look, where did you get this evidence from? I'm going to say, because I'm not a snitch, I said, I don't know. But I will say this. I will say this.
Not like this.
I will say this. I say, look,
messy?
I am quite appalled on the white on white crime. I'm used to weapon wheel, BGST. I don't know how to take this right here. But, big shout out to my boy Salty, you know what I'm saying, that's been on the show. And, of course, Crap Gamer. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to them dudes, man. But I didn't even know that there was beef. But now we know. So, I don't know. We doing GRG TMZ for a little bit. But anyway, let's talk about
Don't be like that.
let's get him. Oh, shit. All right, let's get to go ahead, Ryan. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
This is what I call a fuck no baby.
Uh-oh.
Hey, I'm done. Talk to the next time. Let's go. I got it.
No, Mortal Kombat, right? They showed out the
go
trailer. I like it. The story looks good. I was like, I'm into it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it right out the gate, but I am going to play it at some point. Story looks good. I always like the story of the Mortal Kombat games. This one's definitely going to be interesting. It feels like it's going to be their new version of, what was the last one? Armageddon, where they had all the different storylines coming together at one time. So I'm looking forward to it. New characters, as always. Good stuff.
Cool. Operations?
Like I said before, I'm not a big fan of Mortal Kombat, but it does look pretty good from the trailer that I saw. I don't think this is the first time they did a storyline like this, like the past meets the new. This is the first time, right?
No, they had it in Armageddon way back in the day, but this is for their new reboot storyline that they've had yet.
Oh, okay. Also, another thing, is Shao Kahn always a DLC character, like a pre-order bonus for
Why
each
not?
MK? It seems like that.
He ain't supposed to be here. He's actually dead, but I guess he didn't now. They merged him with Umaga. So that you can see, if you look at him, he's half dragon now.
Yeah.
Different things now. So she the you know what I'm saying, the king had I don't know what's going on, but it's cool. It's a different twist. You starting over. That's how you reboot something. You start it over and you got a twist. You got, you know what I'm saying? Everybody thought it was gonna be there. And it ain't had nothing to do. Drayden sitting there like, y'all need me and I need my old self.
You botting pretty bad. Though. You keep coming in, you keep coming out, but you need to fix that. You know what I'm saying? Because Crap said so.
So shit gets
Oh my
God. You leave.
He said, don't be a bitch.
Let's talk games, guys. We're all gamers, for crying out loud.
I know. Tell him, Mooch. Tell him,
I
Mooch.
am.
Right?
I am.
Tell him. I know. Shit. We all gamers here. All right. Let's get on to Livewire had mic issues. He's coming back. But anyway, let's talk about. Let's start off and talk about Inside Xbox, and then of course we'll get into the PlayStation 5 specs. But let's talk about Inside Xbox because that was earlier this week. I want to go to you, Mr. Operations. I want to know if you are, what was the things that you liked? What was the things that you didn't? Of course, people will say that they can't stand Inside Xbox, but did you find this would be informative before the show of E3? Because this is the last one before E3 goes.
Well, they're all informative to me as far as like the road to E3. I mean, it's a weird topic because as far as I can remember, it wasn't really brought up that much outside stuff we already knew or expected from E3. But still, the show was pretty good, really informative. The gameplay for Rage 2 they showed was pretty cool. But like my only nitpick of it right now is I know it's using the this is why I'm id Tech or id Software using the tech from Doom. It kind of looks like Doom, but like less restriction mobility. But it's like in like an open world sandbox. For me, that's what it looks like to me from the gameplay that we've been shown. But like that's not a bad thing, but like that's one of the things I kind of took away from it. But as far as other things they showed on the show, it's pretty cool. The of course the biggest thing about it is the Xbox One S All Digital Edition. People are mad about the price. Me personally, I don't care. The MSRP is what $250. S on Microsoft 300 without the discounts or deals. Whatnot. I'm not gonna buy it, so I'm not gonna really whine about it for me. So that's really not an issue to me. But the show overall is pretty good, like all of them. I've never had issue with any of them.
Okay, all right. Let me get on to it because I'm going to ask you guys a question once y'all get done of what you liked and what you didn't like of Inside Xbox. So I'm going to go to you, Bloody. What was the things that you enjoyed about it, and what did you didn't?
Okay, so what I liked about it is that, like always, Inside Xbox lets you know everything that they're going to talk about pretty much all up front. You knew what we were getting. We knew that they were going to be talking about the new anniversary update for Sea of Thieves. We knew that they were going to be talking about the stuff from Rage, which was cool to see. They were talking about the Xbox Fan Fest event and everything else. So it was nice little stuff that we already knew. Of course, they also did the new gameplay announcements for Game Pass and stuff like that, which they always do on that game, on that show, which is always nice to see. So I really liked the information that they did. I really liked everything. For the most part, they actually kept this one real quick. They went through their topics. You know, it was right around an hour, not over, not a little bit too long. I think they finally hit the right stride, the right production value, the right amount of information to give. The interview for what they're talking about, what they're planning with the anniversary update for Sea of Thieves is really cool. I'm really thinking about wanting to get back into it, mess around with that. Rage looks really interesting. I like the way that they're doing it, but I agree with Op that it looks just like a Doom but more colorful. But yeah. I was real happy seeing, you know, Chris up there talking about FanFest, seeing how it's grown, and then what they're gonna be announcing it, and of course with the announcements for what's gonna be coming out for Game Pass, because a lot of that stuff is stuff that we've been thinking about for a while, but those are games that we've been hearing about possible remakes or new games in their series. And you know, this is their big Inside Xbox right before E3. Why not build a hype machine by bringing out those? I mean, they did all 3 games from Splinter Cell that are on the 360 and back compat. We now have Ninja Gaiden 2, and then of course both Fable games. And the original Fable was already backwards compatible and stuff like that. And plus, they already had the anniversary edition on back compat as well from the original as well. So there's rumors that there's supposed to be a Ninja Gaiden remake. There's a new Splinter Cell that's supposed to be coming that is going to have some sort of marketing deal or exclusivity with Xbox. And of course, we already know that there's going to be a new Fable coming and that it's supposed to be showed off. They did a lot of things very right. If all that stuff is true, these are rumors, but a lot of what they showed off was just the right stuff to get the hype machine going.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. Yeah, it did everything I thought to get it to get us primed up for what's coming. I did like seeing Phil on there as well.
No, I didn't.
Yes, the interview with Phil was
okay.
awesome.
You be home early or late?
108.
Huh?
108.
Can't hear you. Morning.
108.
Mute your mic, man.
Mute your mic. 108.
First of all, you called me the other day and said where I was at.
Right now.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. 108.
Mega, you can do it manually from your end.
Okay.
I'm going right across.
I said okay.
I got it.
Okay, thank you.
I got you. I'm doing my duties.
Ooh, look like there is some black crime tonight.
Oh no, we ain't
got more pros out tonight.
Oh man!
And you said that I got to be the one who's got to be tight and things. I'm being good.
Right? What's going on tonight? I don't even know what's going on. Like, I mean, geez, Livewire, I see you in the building. What's going on, bro?
No, he ain't.
I see him.
Yeah, he may be in the building, but he ain't.
And he's gone.
Everyone else stealing my shtick from years ago.
You don't stop this shit.
Man, I do my thing for me. I have fun with it, and then I'm done with it. I leave it at
Why
the door.
you do this?
That's how I work shit, man. I don't care about this stuff. You're the one that's trying to talk shit behind my back. You want to talk shit behind my back? That's fine. I'm talking to
Mega,
you right
why,
in
man?
front of you.
Why?
I'm calling you a bitch.
Whoa! God.
Mega, don't do that.
Bro, that's like the 4th or 5th time you played it tonight.
Bro, this is fantastic. I've never seen this ever, and it's vainglorious. I've been doing YouTube for 4 years now.
Going in on Tim Dog.
I've been doing YouTube for 4 years, and this is probably one of the wildest moments for me. All the other crazy stuff that I've been a part of or seen or heard, that was juicy. That was juicy. I know, yeah, Don, it is the zoo. YouTube has been turned to zoo, even though YouTube is trying to stamp out people, but it is turned into a zoo. It is crazy. But
Salty, just know I love you, man. I don't.
Oh, man. Hey, man, yeah, I know you on Salty's podcast. You know what I'm saying? Salty's come on here. Crap was one of the very first people that we've had. Crap and Z was one of the first people that came on GRG to help out, start off the show. You know what I'm saying? It's Tim Dog as well. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to them as well. I got no dog in the fight, but I just find it to be freaking hilarious because this shit has gotten that crazy these days. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Keep it in house, people. Keep it in house. But anyway, anybody else want to touch on this? Because I was trying to go to Livewire, but anyway, I guess Livewire is gone and 108 is having a conversation. Unmute and see if he's back on the mic.
Let me see.
Look at this. See, this is the problem with live shows.
You have to unmute him.
Oh.
He's only to be muted until he unmutes himself or you do.
Oh, he can unmute himself?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, hold on. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. If he can hear us, so he can unmute himself.
Yeah, I can hear you, and I didn't leave. What the hell am I unmuted for?
But because we heard you arguing with whoever with whoever was in your house.
My bad.
And I kept saying, "Hey, 108, 108, 108, 108."
Oh, okay, my bad.
Okay, cool. So, all right, 108, Inside Xbox. What did you think about it?
First of all, I thought that was one of their best shows. The price of the digital all Xbox, I thought was retarded.
Smooth operator.
Oh.
And I don't
operator.
I'm already all digital, so I don't need an all digital box because I'm already all digital. But that price, it should have been $199 for every generation. When a console has dropped to $199, has been the magic spot. That should have been the magic spot. $199, $250, which
after they announced
I get it. I don't want to hear it. The number is $250 until the base model goes on sale and drop $50. They will always be $50 underneath. Yes, I heard it. That does not make an excuse for what I'm talking about. That is not a good deal. And me and K Mega and Mr. Thomas Franks, shout out to our boy. We had this conversation. I said I did my homework. It's going to be $250. Did I not say that before Inside Xbox, Mr. K Mega?
Yes, you did.
Oh, okay. And I said that's a fail. And I'm sticking to my guns. Don't make excuses because you love the console. That's a bad price.
Everyone
and let me finish.
Let him finish, Knuckles. Let him finish.
Let me finish.
Let me explain.
No, I'm not
hounding me and not letting me talk.
Okay, but Knuckles, let him finish, and then you can.
This is not about you, because I'm not gonna call you a bitch.
Hold on. See, y'all gotta stop this. Y'all doing trigger words now. Y'all want this. Y'all want this drama.
But
I don't. I'm trying to be good.
Hold on. I am being good. I'm talking to my brother. I don't know about nobody else.
He got to work.
Talking me is that.
But hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish, buddy. Let me finish. What I'm saying is, we had this conversation before they announced the price. It is a fail. And I told K Mega and I told my man Thomas Franks that if they take out the drive, a 4K drive is about $12 to $18. It's not a real savings. It's not. So anybody expecting a dramatic price increase is retarded because that thing doesn't cost enough.
Sorry.
Mega, stop.
It doesn't cost enough to make a dramatic change in the console's price difference. So taking it out just means nothing. It just means they're testing the market to see how many people was willing to go all digital. it's future. They're future guessing themselves. That's what they're doing. This is not about a price drop because technically they're still building these systems, and literally they unplug the drive and put on a different top. Literally, there's no change to the system.
Because they weren't going to do a new form factor. Why did they
don't have to?
So give your explanation, Bloody.
So what I was saying is that I understand where he's coming from with the price point, right? Everyone's talking about that, but everyone failed to acknowledge what they said afterwards. And this is where I just
acknowledged that.
Hang on, let me explain the full breakdown. I know you did your homework, but not everyone else did their homework. I did my homework. All right. Yes, it's going to be $250. We talked about that. That was some of the guesses that we've all said before. Everyone was optimistic about it being $200. Now, again, that is retail MSRP. That is the base price that it is set at retail, full price coming from the company and looking at the economic standpoint. However, they did state that whenever the original S is on sale at the retailers, not just them, but with retailers and their major deals, it is always going to be $50 cheaper. Now, if you look right now, yes, it is going to show that it is on pre-order and it's available for $250. However, those retailers such as Best Buy, Target, wherever the hell you're looking at, Walmart, whenever they do deals and they ever do sales on the base S, the all digital will always be $50 cheaper.
Okay, let me ask you a question. I said that already. You said it 2 more times. It doesn't change. So what's the difference?
I'm saying
what's the difference?
Is leaving that point out.
Initial, listen, that I said that already. That initial price point is terrible. It's terrible. Don't clean up for them. It's bad.
They didn't change the form factors. Everything the same. It's still supporting everything else. They just took out a drive. The drive isn't expensive, like you pointed out. So anyone expecting a $300 drop or a $100 drop is ridiculous.
But they could, first of all, at this point of the life of PlayStation 4 and the Xbox platform, they're making money on the systems. You know, when they initially come out, they only make $3 per system. They're way beyond that point. They're 5 years into the life cycle. They could have dropped it to $199. They're making a profit off the systems in the current state. They're not being charged the same amount of money right now for old architecture.
Limit, why are you getting your pennies in a bunch? Over $250. We already had this conversation. It ain't It's for somebody like me.
It's for someone who's
somebody that I know all digital. You can't say what it is. It's Xboxes is bundled with old games now. That's $200 and it's an S. So they just giving you options. It ain't nothing wrong with options. But again, you pennies in a bunch and say this is a failure. No, you got to miss.
That price is a failure. The price.
That price ain't no failure. It's a failure when it's always going to be. You know what I don't. You know when me and Blake do not agree on a whole lot of things. What I got to agree with, you know what I'm saying? With the Mexican stallion over there, the Indian Mexican stallion over there that's putting in work. He's preaching the truth.
Listen,
he preaching straight truth.
I'm talking about the price. I'm already all digital.
Yeah,
we had this conversation.
So if you all digital,
if you want to push this out the window.
So if you all digital, why are you angry about it?
Okay, hold on.
I'm not angry.
Hang on.
Hold on. Let me pay the bills. Let me pay the bills first, gentlemen. Gideon Alvin White. He said, "What's up with you, bro? Haven't seen you in a little bit." He said, "I got the S for $200 with the game. The SAD is too expensive." I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and hash it out, but I'm gonna give my explanation afterwards. But go ahead, Mohan, finish it up.
And then you got 3 games that's already pre-installed in there.
Okay,
and you get 3 months of Game Pass and 3 months of Xbox Live. What else the fuck do you want to ask for?
Listen,
they give you 100 goddamn games for staying there 3 months.
Yep.
Come on, what else do you want to ask for? It's like, damn. It's like, come on.
I want this action. Yes, I'm finally back in. Go ahead. 100 finish.
Okay, we can hear you now.
We're not money marketing analysts. It's gonna be 200 anywhere else. If it's gonna be 50, it's up to you to get it. It's like you fighting a good fight for somebody. If you ain't got a really an Xbox out, but this is not for everybody. Some people want the Ultra 4. You still got the cheapest Ultra 4 Blu-ray player that's out there.
Oh, facts.
So,
okay,
what you say digital? Come on.
And don't
Yeah, but listen, 100.
It's Sony. How many times
listen
Sony
to me.
brings this $400 motherfucking Ultra 4K Blu-ray player? I don't hear nobody up in all.
Okay, but listen to what I'm saying. Every time we have a conversation about something, it don't have to be for me. It's not, and I tell you the same thing. When I talk to you about a subject, don't say, "Oh, that's not for me." We ain't talking to that's for me. We're talking about what's good for the masses.
But how
It's not about me. But listen to me. You're not letting me finish. What I'm saying is,
we're not money. We don't work in marketing. We don't work. We ain't analysts. We don't work. You don't work for Merrill Lynch. You don't work for Forbes.
Okay.
Can't say what's not good. We can say this is our opinion. This is what I don't think is good for the consumer. But I ain't gonna.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't think it's good for the consumer.
I ain't gonna turn off the consumer. We're gonna buy it.
I don't think it's good for the consumer. I just don't.
Why not though?
Because it's too much to take. It's not enough of a difference between the drive for $300 or a discless for $250. It's too close. It's not a financial difference. Okay, the games they included. Okay, I get that. The Xbox Game Pass, you saving money. We all know Game Pass is about that work. I get it. But what I'm saying is, it should have been $199 after 5.5 years of being out as a console.
All right.
You're not looking at it. I'm not looking at it. If this is day one, I could see. Listen to what I'm saying. We're talking about 5 years down the line.
Time is gonna be $150.
Okay, you want to keep looking at $200. We got to talk about what the price is, not a sale, because games on sale don't matter. They got a big sale going on PlayStation and Xbox right now. That's a sale, but generally you got to go with the general price. You cannot say, well, it's going to be $200 in Labor Day weekend. What is it right now?
I wouldn't look at it that way, though. I mean, Apple TV right now was the 4K Apple TV for 64 gigabytes is $199. That's no controller. That's just the Apple TV. That doesn't have no disk drive.
This is not movies, though.
And it doesn't. But does the Apple TV and Xbox One X not do?
You don't have to buy Apple TV. You can buy Netflix and get better service, and you can use any device you got.
But Apple TV costs $200. People can choose. But what I'm saying is, people can choose not to get Apple TV, correct?
Right.
But yet the price is still $200, and that's not including the controller.
So you think this is a good price? You think this is a good price? I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying how I feel for the consumer. I'm not saying I'm right. No. I'm saying from my perspective, I don't think this is good for the consumer.
But listen, that's what. But
I'm gonna buy one next week.
Listen. With the Xbox One digital next to the Apple TV, which is a better service or which is a better product?
The console.
Exactly. And it comes with a controller, and they both come out to about the same price. If you get the controller for the Apple TV, where they're both going to come out at $250, right? Both play 4K digital. The only difference is the console actually has games worth playing.
Well, it's going to be like $276, both of them, because it starts at $250.
Well, with taxes and all that stuff. That's to say if the no sales.
But that's also right. I mean, we talk about standard price. We can't go with it's always going to be cheaper than that.
I'm not worried about the sales. I'm just saying the standard price. Also, the other thing, people always forget this, bro. When you put out a product, you never undercut the price of it. You could always drop it later, right?
I mean,
that's business 101. That's just business 101. So my thing is like, all right, I'm selling a product. All right, so they selling this thing for saying it's $250. Right? We know it don't cost no goddamn $250 to make that shit.
Right.
But they sell it at $250, right? And then so when they cut it down to $175, maybe $150, and people look at it like, oh shit, it's a sale. I gotta get it now. Right? But if it was already $150, people would wait, man, I'll wait till it's $100. Or I'll wait till it's 75. You see what I'm saying? Like, so if you go and number one, you're aiming to match what Apple TV has. Like, people keep on looking at PlayStation. No, that's not where that shit's sitting next to. It's sitting next to Apple TV. People got to stop with the whole, there's only one way to look at these boxes. Because technically, Apple TV, yes, it's an entertainment center, but it also plays games. It might not be games motherfuckers like. Just straight up. I've never heard anybody say, damn, I gotta get that Apple TV to play them games. Nobody gives a shit about them games. But do people own Apple TV? Yes. I have a friend that owns Apple TV. Why? Because he has an Apple PC, so it connects to his Apple TV, and it goes with all that other Apple shit. Is it better than Xbox? Fuck no.
No, not at all.
But because Apple consumers have that option, this is just another option. If you have a Windows PC and a lot of Windows shit, and then you decide, you know what? I'm on digital. I don't use no disk shit. I don't need that disk shit. I can go get this digital thing. It's $250. That's affordable, and that's not even likely what they'll buy it at. Most people will likely get it during the holidays when it's around $175, $150. When they say, "Oh, it's on a mega sale," it's the Black Friday sale. Now it's no longer $250. It's $150 or whatever the hell. It's all business. Like people getting up in arms about the price, bro. It's Microsoft's money. Like this is the whole thing that drives me crazy when people talk about, well, Microsoft got to take cut. You know what? They got Bill Scalebound no matter what. But like, bro, they're in the business of making money. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. Just straight up. And people are like, well, it's not for the gamers. But like, guess what? What is Microsoft is aiming to do? What? Be the richest company in the world. Not be the poorest motherfuckers in the world. If they would go down the whole path of doing the same shit Sony did. And you saw how that shit ended with them. They was almost broke as hell last gen.
Yeah, they almost bankrupt.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Like it looks good for us, but business-wise, that shit doesn't make no fucking sense. Like I would look like there's a ton of different ways you could look at the way Microsoft shit went down. But let's be honest, them taking a hit this generation is just a minor nuisance. It's like if you tripped over the fucking sidewalk, you'd be like, oh shit, I tripped. But you keep on moving. You know what I mean? Sony was dealing with a lot of shit. So it's, to be honest, I look at this generation as it was beneficial for everybody. Because guess what? Nintendo was struggling at the beginning. Sony coming in, nobody knew what the fuck, you know. But they had a solid console. Microsoft, you know, they did their stumbling shit. But at the end of the day, it didn't really hurt anybody. Microsoft getting their money, Sony getting their money, Nintendo getting their money, because Microsoft only being the one winning, that's just bad for gaming. It's terrible because even though they're getting money, their competition dies. That means then our services go to shit because then we're not going to get what we want. We're going to get, so there's no point in rooting, like where these motherfuckers be rooting for one to win them all. I'm like, bro, bugging. That shit is dumb as hell. Because when one monopolizes them all, we all get fucked.
And that part is right. Operations, do you have any thoughts on this, about the discless Xbox?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Before you answer operations, K-Mac, are you eating? Are you eating?
No, that's my neighbors upstairs. They're fucking childish and ratchet as hell.
See? No. I know you was trying. I was just letting the panel go ahead and have the conversation.
No, when you came back, you was chewing.
Who, me? Oh yeah, I did. But you know what? Everything else, you didn't hear nothing else. Anyway,
are you sure? There's nothing in my mouth right now. All I hear is like stomping on me.
And I know you eating.
There's literally nothing in front of you.
Okay.
Take a shot at me. That's fine. You can take a shot at me, damn it. Anyway.
Let me have his antennas though. He was like,
yeah, I know. He was waiting for that one. Anyway, let me give a big shout out to my man, Sir X Man. What's up with you? So when the Xbox One S goes on sale for $179 again, will the no disc Xbox be $130 on the holidays? Can anyone answer that question? Yes, it definitely will. They did elaborate that console, the discless console, will always be $50 less. Now, the one catch to that is that, or you want to say caveat, is that that Amazon or Walmart or Best Buy, if they the ones that do the sale, then Xbox is going to keep the price the same. But when Microsoft does a sale, it will reduce to $50. So for instance, if there will be an S that will be $179 from Microsoft, then yes, it will be $130. But it has to be from Microsoft. Not
But think about how often they're doing sales, right? Think about that they're doing their spring sale right now. They do a summer sale. They do an E3 sale. They do a fall sale. They do a Black Friday sale. They do a they do a holiday sale. They literally do sales every other month, like for 2 weeks at a time. The console itself will always be on sale for a relatively cheap and affordable price for the consumer, the wider consumer, not the hardcore like us who already have the system. It's going to be for those who have not been part into the ecosystem yet. Let that just be one of those things that people need to take care of or take into account.
Okay. Now, is everybody done? So I can go ahead and I can give my point.
Go ahead, K-Mizzle. Go ahead.
Let me just go ahead and just say this. Y'all ain't going to be jumping on my boy 108 like that. What the hell wrong with y'all? He's right. He's saying them facts. What the hell wrong with y'all? That damn thing is $250 fucking dollars. That shit is ridiculous. You know I bleed green. I'm the greenest of the green up in this piece. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of it is that shit is abysmal. I will not purchase it until it drops down in price. I will not buy an S again unless it drops down in price. I can go to somebody at my job right now, no bullshit. He's a PlayStation guy. He's an older guy. He's like in his 50s, right? And so his family bought him a S. And he was like, you know, William, I really want to try to get it and all this and all that and all that because that's my first name, William. And so he's like, And so I said, man, you know, look, if you struggling with it and you just that diehard of a PlayStation fan, man, why don't you just drop that off on me, man? How much you try to? I mean, I can sell it to you for $125. So if I can get an S for $125, what the hell makes you think that I'm going to drop $250 for a damn diskless S that it has no other improvements except a goddamn Sea of Thieves, Forza 3, not even giving me Forza 4, or what is it, Minecraft that I do not play. No, listen, I love my Xbox, but this one just reminds me of just when Xbox brought the Minecraft S. What was it, last year for $400 when they could have did that shit the year before last and it would have sold off shelves. Now, I'm pretty sure that they sold a couple of those S's, but those are Minecraft S's. But if they sold it for $300, maybe even $350, I would say $300. It's a sweet spot for the customized console. They gangbusters. And you know what? While PlayStation won the MPD by just a couple of 100,000, that Minecraft would have took them over the edge. And everybody knows that. Even the most diehard PlayStation fan knows that. The fact of it is that Microsoft is taking in the money right now as because they know that they're going to have to take that L for later on. And that's fine. That's fine. But this is the thing with me. I enjoyed the S because it was small. It was better than the original when the original Xbox Fat. But since the X is here, it's like how I look at the PlayStation Slim, which I have. It's irrelevant. I played on my PlayStation last night for about 4 hours. And I'm like, this shit is ashy. I need to get a Pro, but I refuse to because I know that I'm going to get the 5. So
I told you that bitch was ashy.
It's ashy as hell, bro.
You tried to sell that shit. You tried to sell that shit.
Even on the QLED. You should be ashamed of yourself, Mark Cerny, for telling gamers that shit had HDR. That damn HDR don't work at all. And I got an Ultra HDR 10 on the QLED.
Listen, K-Maker, I gotta call you out.
Call me out.
Because you tried to convince me that the PS4 plane was good enough. Remember that shit?
I did because
you were like, don't get that Pro. It's just as good. I bought that shit. I said, something ain't right here. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but shit ain't right.
Hey, you know what? I'll take the L on that one because I was over here in the assumption because I knew Mark Cerny was lying because he was talking about. We'll get to that here later about the 8.4 T flops.
I'm gonna tear that ass
up. We gonna tear that ass up. It's gonna be a roast. It's gonna be a roast. But Go ahead.
Mega, you and Lemon sound like two grumpy ass old men.
I mean,
I'm
let
tired of
me
hearing that.
be grumpy
No,
and let me be old. You ain't too far from me, Bounce. You ain't too far from me.
I ain't gonna call you for no punk B though.
Oh shit! Hold on. See, you gotta stop doing that. See, because you know what's coming.
You started it.
You know what's coming. You know what's coming. You know what's coming.
I can take it. Proving that you can't. You quit.
Oh, man.
I can't take this, bro. I gotta go.
Oh, no. We're gonna be.
God damn. Okay. Anyway, so that's it. Boy,
Mega, come to think of this, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm glad that 100 mentioned this earlier, right? You get those 3 games, yes, and you over there talking about the fact that you only get Forza 3 and stuff like that, but you do still got the fact that there is Game Pass in it, as well as they're also doing the promotion right now for the consumer. 3 months, $1. 3 months, $1. You get all those games in Game Pass right now, so you can still get your Forza 4 or Horizon 4, but you also got 3 to come back.
Okay, hold on. They could have just thrown Game Pass because all of that's in Game Pass anyway.
Thank you. Now see, Lemon made a great point. You know what? You know what would have sweetened the pot is if you wanted to make it $250, right? Which is okay, it's fine. Microsoft can do whatever, it's their product. But if you gave 6 months of Game Pass, or maybe had a bundle, because this was what we were talking about a couple of weeks ago, was that, hey, look, they may have different SKUs to where they can have a 2 terabyte. If you give 2 terabyte in 3 months of Game Pass, then that's a winner. That's a winner. But you can't.
Was not going to make it cheap,
bro. You can't, bro. Listen. This is why I'm so down on it, right? This is why I'm so down on it. You know what I'm saying? Look, I've said this before. I said this earlier, and I'll say it again. I'm an Xbox dude. There's none higher. There's none higher to me. But hold on. But we're talking about the S here. We're talking about the S, which when Red Dead Redemption came out, it was the piss poor version of all of the consoles out there. The piss poor version. The Red Dead Redemption 2 was the worst broken version on the S. And you're asking gamers to invest into something that you haven't you haven't gave any other product into. I mean, nothing, no enhancements to it, and asking for $250. Listen, to the full out. No, Livewire. No. To the full out there that want to pay $300, $400 for a Switch, that's on you. If you're the fool that want to pay $250 for a discless S with no true enhancements, then that's on you. But as an Xbox guy talking to another Xbox guy or to just a gamer that maybe want to invest into the S because they may still have the fat, I would tell you this. Save your chips. Wait until the end of the year when the granddaddy of them all, which is the Xbox One X, gets down in price and get that dog. Because that's right there. That's the best that you're gonna get. That's the best that you're gonna get.
But that console ain't for gamers. That's for the super cash. Like that's not for game. Like nobody who's like, yo, I'm a hardcore gamer. I gotta get that Xbox One S. Or Xbox One S, all digital. Like nobody's saying, even motherfuckers that is a hardcore game, you gonna get the PS4? No, you're gonna get the Pro, because that's the best shit they got. Like nobody's getting the consoles that came out at the beginning. Why the fuck would you? You're overpaying for them shits at this point. I mean,
you are. That was my point.
But
that's my point. Yeah. So why overpay for something that's not gonna deliver?
Because you can't. Bro, the lower you price your shit, the more you devalue it.
How did you feel buying a base PlayStation 4 1080p sucker? How did you feel?
Did it make you feel like a better gamer?
Hell no.
Okay then. I don't want to hear it. Y'all, I love Xbox too. I ain't making no excuse.
And got the Pro.
Listen, you know what? I'm not going to even.
I haven't done this in a minute. But before that, you know what I'm saying? Look, when it drops down to $199 or less, I will get it. But $250.
But why get it though? Get it?
I brought back an old but a goodie. One more time, just to let you know how I feel about that price. Not about the system itself, but about the price.
Hold on. Listen. Let him do his thing.
K Mega said it, and so be done.
Let me say this. We got many more topics. We need to move on and keep it pushing. Let's go, man. Let's get these other topics in.
Right.
We got a great show.
This was a juicy topic. Okay.
Yeah, it was.
What did anybody think about what Phil was saying? Because he didn't say too much, but he was alluding to a couple of things. I did like Rage. I thought that the show was good. I mean, the show. I'm never overly expecting Inside Xbox. I'm liking it just like I do G4. You know what I'm saying? I know G4. G4 was my ultimate. G4 is the ultimate, right? But to me, it reminds me of a steady show. It gives you some meat on the bone, but not enough to where you feel full. But that's what I think that the show is trying to do, is just to give you enough to let you know that Xbox is working on something. They're showing you some stuff, multiplats, whatever. And that's it. I don't see why people still to this day keep saying it's trash, it's this and that. And when we seen what PlayStation's offering was, come on.
Game trailers? Oh, my bad. I'm not going to do that.
It was worse than game trailers.
No, I'm not
better than that. But regardless of the fact, I mean, look, but you know what? This is me as a gamer, because I still enjoyed the PlayStation show to the point, because I've seen games. Dreams look beautiful. The Iron Man game with the VR. I'm still not interested in iHerpes, and
I'm copping that. I got VR. I'm copping that.
Get it? Okay. Sir X Man in the chat says no disc. No. I guess he means disc. No disc in the Sega moment. No Sega CD from Xbox. Okay.
Yo, y'all can see that shit on my screen though.
Yeah. We see.
What is that shit called?
What?
That's a Roku 4, right? How much that shit cost?
Okay.
You still comparing it to movie streaming? Then mute his
bro.
mic.
How much that shit in the corner?
You know what? Live. I agree with you on that point.
79.
They are compared. They're going after Apple. Yes, they're overlooking Sony and everybody
that's all
else.
I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's why I'm just like, look, don't get so paranoid about that shit.
You're right.
It's not about being paranoid. We talking about the price for the consumer. It's not about being paranoid. I got an X and I've been digital. It's not about me in my pocket. It's about the other people who should be able to afford it.
How do you feel? How do you feel about
hold on, because I mean, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Go ahead, pay the bills.
You got to bring that same energy when you see a product like this.
Max, I get you.
Hold on. Go ahead. 100. You need to. Delilah need to pay a little extra for you.
Who's talking?
What's going on?
Is that 100?
Keep breaking up.
100's trying to yell at me, but he biting.
like his mic was going in and out.
You biting, bruh. Okay, anyway, let me go ahead and I'll just say it. Delilah HD, you know what I'm saying, one of the matriarchs of GRG, she said, here's some money to fix Lemon's mic. It sounds like he's hiding in his bathroom. Lord.
Jesus Christ.
You said my mic, sis? I know you're not doing that. You know I'm wearing top of the line.
She said
maybe you
Lemon
gotta
on
get
the
off
mic.
the PC speakers and get on some AirPods. We're not doing that.
Ooh, mercy. But this has been a messy day.
You know, UHD, I love you. It doesn't matter what you say. You can call me a biatch. I'll be fine with that.
See? Stop doing that.
You started.
Stop doing that.
She can call me whatever she wants. That's my sister. I don't care. The rest of you can't say nothing.
There's no point in playing.
Hold on.
Give me your fucking question, dude. So give me your question and I'll fucking respond to it, guy. You ain't shit to me, kid. You do this little shitty salty podcast.
Yo, who's playing this shit? You
he said you ain't shit to me, guy.
Let's get back to the show. All right, let's get to it. All right, let's talk about PlayStation 5 specs. Hey, bro, this might be my thing, man. Oh my God, this was so.
You should remix that. You ain't shit to me, guy. You ain't shit to me, guy. You ain't shit to me.
Podcast, bro. If you got drama like this, send it my way. I'm gonna make it work.
I don't know how I feel about tonight, because it's more like we turn into drama right now, because we perpetuating bullshit right now.
Well, you know what, Bloody, you're absolutely right, and I apologize for that, because GRG.
Oh, my man Don attacking me in the chat.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm wearing Sennheiser Game Zeros. Go look at that price, sucker.
But you know what?
Goddamn Don.
Everybody here though, we don't go after people. We never have, we never will. You know what I'm saying? We don't sit there and we call out names like that. We don't have ignorant shit like that on our podcast, right? But we just don't.
True.
Yeah, which is true. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of it is that this was so great. You know what I'm saying? This was the most juiciest thing that I've heard in a long time on YouTube. And you know what? I want to have a little fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, shout out to Salty, shout out to Crap, shout out to Crossfire. I know Mooch damn sure didn't want to have that happen, but bruh, this is great, and this is good advertising for him. So regardless, for both sides, so it is what it is. But anyway, let's talk about PlayStation 5 specs. I'm gonna go straight to you, Lemon. Then I'm gonna go to you, Operations. But let's talk about it, because you are pretty much, since Delilah is not here, you are a person that's pretty much our tech guy. So we need to know, what did you think about what you heard from PlayStation? Because I don't think that we got enough, but what did you think for what you heard?
Okay, first of all, let's talk about what AMD's window was. AMD's windows for Navi and Zen 2 is 2020. So for people out there that try to predict what was going to be happening, you didn't predict anything. I just want to say that for the record. I hear a lot of YouTubers, I predicted this. No, you looked at the window that they was going to release this architecture, and knowing the generation is coming in 2020, you didn't predict anything. You just reiterated what we already knew. Even Digital Foundry said, we already expected this. But I am going to say this, and I was happy to hear Mark Cerny say, this is not an incremental update. This is a next-gen console, and we're aiming at next-gen specs. Now, Zen 2, based off of the Ryzen architecture and the new Navi GPU, is where they definitely was going to go. Microsoft is going to go the same way, but they will be customizing, because even PlayStation customized their chip. Now, this is a good look. Only thing I really wanted to hear was what RAM they was going to use. We didn't get that. Another thing, kudos go out to Sony. They really hit it on a notch with the backwards compatibility for games and VR. Because I was going to sell my VR, and when you trade it in the GameStop, this is why they're doing bad, you only get $50 for it. But it was good to see that they're backwards compatible with the current games, especially VR, because they got a huge support. They almost up to 4 million, if not more. That's great news. Now, this 8K crap, man. These dudes on Twitter.
Let's say it for last. Let's say that for last. Let's save that. For
all right.
Let's turn.
The specs of the system is not mind blowing to me. I'm into that astral plane of technology, but it's really no surprise. But it's definitely great to see that they've been developing for 4 years. So it's not an incremental update. It will be a real update. It's good to see that Mark Cerny talked about the sound, the 3D sound quality. They're not doing software, they're doing a hardware, because Microsoft Systems has always had a dedicated sound chip, whereas PlayStation has always done it in software. So now they'll be on par with Sony in terms of chat codecs, game sound, movie sound. You want that. It's really a good look. And it's a good thing they got Mark Cerny doing it again, because Japan be bugging. Every system they made, it was hard to program for. Then they changed the format from PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3, which was the worst developmental system ever. At least we know if Mark Cerny is the main lead engineer, that we're going to get the developers will get the same type of format in terms of porting games, encoding. It's a good look, man. And I'm glad to see Mark Cerny doing it. I don't believe all the stuff he say, because he be bugging. Because remember, Xbox One X can't do 4K native games because you need 8 terabytes. Remember, that's the dude that said that. And we're going to come back to that later with this 8K crap.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Cool. All right. Operations. What is your thoughts about the PlayStation 5 specs for what you've heard? And is it something that you would be interested in wanting to cop day one?
Well, as far as the next PlayStation, there's slim chance I'll cop another one. I really don't care for PlayStation that much, especially the first party.
Come on now, you sound like a fanboy. Come on now, don't do that.
Don't give a damn. Don't give a damn.
Love it. Go ahead.
But as far as the specs, I'm no tech guy. They sound cool, but I really can't go in detail about them, so I'm not going to talk about that much. The one thing that stuck out to me was the backwards compatibility, because I got two things from it out. One, well, actually three. The first thing is the PlayStation fans were capping for this right now are hypocrites because they just shitted on backwards compatibility for the past 2 or 3 years. That's been going on. The second thing is that, okay, one of the biggest arguments against Xbox is because exclusives, right? It just doesn't entirely tie into it. But you say you need to buy PlayStation 4 to play exclusives. But at this point, if PS5 is backwards compatible, there's not much of a point to buy PS4 right now. Just wait for PS5 and play an up-res versions of the PS4 games later on. You can make that point if you want to. And the third one is, I don't know, man. It's just weird. It's just like they want to announce this on the day of Inside Xbox, right? They got backwards compatible. But at the same time, Xbox actually announced some tangible backwards compatible games. 3 of them are Splinter Cell games, 2 of them are Fable. And people were clamoring for Splinter Cell games for like the past couple of months. Ever since the rumors dropped about the new game coming out. So it really didn't do me any favors announcing it. It's cool we know it's coming, but at the same time, to try to undermine Xbox, take their thunder away, it really didn't do anything for them. So I feel like they gained some ground on that day, but kind of took an L at the same time with that. But that's my little take on it.
Okay, all right. What about you, Livewire? What is your thoughts about this?
I think the whole backwards compatibility thing, all it did, I mean, it just makes people feel better that already, knew they were going to get a PlayStation, feel better for, that they ain't got to buy some shit again on PlayStation like they've been doing. But the specs, I don't really give a fuck about that shit. I just know that it's aiming for 4K 60 at a minimum. And it'll probably do some 8K shit, possibly, maybe like some indie games or something like that. But like that stuff we already knew because the X already does some shit like that because they had that shit at CES. So like I don't, it is what it is. I mean, it didn't say anything that didn't surprise me. I mean, maybe the fact that the PS VR is going to work on it. Maybe that's probably. I mean, but then again, that's not really that surprising either because it came out late. That shit's only 2 years old? Is it two or 3 years old?
Which one? The Pro?
It's 3 years.
No,
it's 3 years. He's talking about the VR. The VR.
The VR. Yeah, the Pro and the VR came around the same time. It'll be 3 years in October, November.
Yeah, so I mean that's not surprising. And
hold on, let me show you real Mortal Kombat gameplay 108. Okay, go ahead.
Oh Lord.
Go ahead.
So it's not that surprising. It's too big.
My big little brother.
Well, my thing is like the difference between Xbox. I mean, it's really. You know what? To be honest, I don't know if the differences are going to be that big this come around. To be honest, because you already know what they're both aiming for. Like you already know they both aiming for 4K. People
4K 60, right?
Yeah, 4K 60. People touting 8K is nice, but when's that really going to be viable? Like what? 6 years from now? So it's.
Hold on. You said something that's important, and we got to pay the bills. But you said something that's important. You said they're both going to be aiming for 4K 60, but on that X, we got 4K 60. I just wanted to point that out. Okay. Continue. My bad.
Hold on. Ruben Burke, appreciate you. He said Sony stay biting-ish. He says now backwards compat is dope. Xbox E3 over everything. Cyrus let these Mitches know. You know what? Is that our Mega dude? Is that our dude that said Mega last week?
Yep, that's him.
That's our Mega dude. Hey man,
he's my favorite tweeter right now.
That dude is a fool, bro. Hey, appreciate it. Hey, when you said Mega, that changed the whole game right there.
He keeps it clean. I like that. Get your point across, and we know where you coming from. We like that.
Oh, hey, 108. I'm also showing you how to play some Dead or Alive 6. Anyway, keep going. Continue, Livewire. Continue.
Yeah, but like, the shit's to be expected. I would say you would assume that at minimum, our games are 4K 60. So Red Dead Redemption 2 should play at 4K 60. At maximum, you might have some games, I wouldn't even say they're 8K, but I would say that are ultra. All the bells and whistles and whatnot. Like that's the only thing that we would really kind of see what they really push. We already know the resolution and the frame rates are going to be that 4K 60. As far as like who's pumping the most into it in order to get those real detailed.
Oh man, what's going on, 100? You got to chill that out because it's two of you.
Oh man, 100 and his damn doppelganger is up in here.
He's in the Matrix. You seen that black cat walk by twice?
Oh man. Okay. All right, go ahead, live. I think it's going now.
Yeah, so that's basically it, man. They're both gonna. I feel that they're both gonna be on par to an extent. Maybe Xbox. I mean, they're doing shit that I don't know. Like maybe they're gonna go for the whole physical. Try to do the crackdown. Cloud and digital physics and all that shit the right way. Like go full in. Maybe that might be a thing, but I mean, because that's really what we need. Like we didn't really get much this gen. We got better looking games, and some of them are like The Witcher and Odyssey are big as fuck, but the depth wasn't always there. Like you can go into some buildings, but you can't go into all. I think that's where the next thing is to be able to, allow developers to make like The Witcher or whoever to make a game that's super immersive by you walk up to a door, it doesn't matter what door it is, you could possibly get into that bitch. Like that, to me, that's the most interesting thing about gaming. Like when they give you the freedom to kind of figure shit out. It's not like automatically you can't go there because we ain't build no shit over there. So guess what? There's a wall there. Like to me, that's the dopest shit.
Yeah. That
gameplay, man. That gameplay is to me is the most key. Like that's why Zelda Breath of the Wild is a dope game because the options as far as in the gameplay. Obviously it's not the prettiest looking game as far as crispness, but art style is cool. But it's the gameplay that people appreciate. That's why Nintendo games always get the praise that they do. It's the gameplay. You know what I mean? Like you can go back to those games years later and be like, yo, this is a damn good game. Guess what? You can't do that shit with Uncharted. I remember when Uncharted 1 was the best looking game on console. Now you look at that shit and you be like, eh. And then you play that shit and you be like, this is what motherfuckers was for real? This shit? Because it's a gameplay. When that shit is like, I won't even say second option. That shit's like third, fourth option. That's why your motherfuckers don't stay on that shit. They beat that shit. They be like, that shit was pretty. But they don't go back to it and want to play it over and over again because the shit is, the gameplay just don't bring you back. Like, why we busting our ass going through the Division 2? And when a lot of us said we wasn't even going to touch that shit with a 10-foot pole because of the motherfucking gameplay. The gameplay is on point, dog.
I don't know. I haven't played it, and I forgot what the topic was because
you ain't played Division 2?
Yeah, no. I was talking about Metro. I got Metro. I played the beginning of it, but I ain't played any more of it.
Oh, all right. Never mind.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Killing me. All right. So I'm going to you, Bloody. 100 keeps coming in and out. He's trying to get his thing together. Well, you want to touch on this, Bloody, before we get on to the next topic?
With the PS5 news?
Yeah.
I mean, all they did was say some fancy words, say some pretty things, say, yeah, this is what's coming. But the fact is, people are just running with it like it's going to be the next, like it's the goddamn second coming of technology Jesus, right?
It'll save you from damnation, dog.
Yeah, right? It's going to save me from damnation. It's going to save my
That's why I'm playing this Drive Club right now, so it save me from damnation.
The only thing that's going to save you from is nothing, because that ain't gonna save you. Because Drive Club's ass.
Drive Club's not bad. I like all types of racers. Though.
Yo, I'm starting to think, Bloody, you sound like a goddamn hater.
You a hater.
Oh.
Nah, because those specs that they're talking about, they didn't give
again. You cut me off before I had
Lemon, you are cutting him off. Let him speak.
You know what? I'm gonna mute myself. 100 status.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Don't do that yet. Don't do that yet.
All I was saying
I
is,
want to speak on the whole.
what specs did they reveal? What on a spec? They gave you some ideas of what they're gonna do. They didn't give you anything definitive. They say
There wasn't ideas. There wasn't ideas, son. There wasn't ideas.
No.
They said what they was using. He gave an example with Spider-Man with the SSD. Go back and read the article. It was more than ideas.
You are cutting me off. Before you go off, let me finish because I did my work. They say SSD. What type of SSD? You of all people.
It doesn't matter.
You of all people, as a tech dude, know there are 4 different kinds of SSDs. They did not say anything. They promised ray tracing. We've known about ray tracing for months now because who showed it off? It was Remedy at an event for Microsoft demoing it as a tech demo. They have already been talking about ray tracing with DirectX 12 on the next Xbox for a month and a half. Literally 2 weeks ago, who was talking about it? Mike Ibarra. Mike Ibarra was literally talking about an article that was posted up on Xbox Newswire that was talking about how they're going to use ray tracing DirectX 12 on the next Xbox. It is nothing new. They are saying pretty words with very minimalistic aspects behind it to just get people going. There is nothing solid there. There's ideas. There is no clear-cut concrete information. Yes, they can keep supporting. They're going to have backwards compatibility. That had to come. If they did not have that, it is a death wish because of the fact that everyone is going forward with backwards and forwards compatibility. That is a guarantee they should have had. That is nothing new. Nothing special.
Okay. Now let me finish.
Oh shit!
You done, right? Are you done?
Are you done?
Finished? Are you done?
Okay. Yeah, now, hold on. You need to go back and read the article. They gave concrete. If he says we use the SSD, which an SSD is faster than a general 3.5 hard drive. Me and 100 know this. K-Mega know this. Livewire know this. You know this. So if you go from 15 seconds of loading in Spider-Man, which is Spider-Man struggles with opening the level, swinging through, we know what it does. 15 seconds still ain't bad. But when you use the PS5 dev kit and you drop that 15 to 1, it doesn't matter how fast the SSD is. SSD is faster than what PlayStation 4 got right now, what the Xbox has right now. Now, if they said we're using Zen 2 and the Navi GPU at 8 cores and 16 threads, that's a fact. That's not rumored. That's not projected. That's what it is. What they didn't say was how fast they're going to run the computer at, the CPU, and they didn't say how much RAM. That's what was left out. You have to read the article and pay attention to the details. Everything was not straightforward, but he did say it won't be available this year. It will be backwards compatible, and it will support VR. That's what he said. So don't say it's rumors, it's projected, because what he said. Wait. Slow down. Because like I said about these other YouTubers claiming that they knew about it was going to be Navi and Zen 2, that's AMD's time frame. You didn't say anything we didn't know. Xbox is going to run off the same stuff, maybe more powerful, but they're going to run off the same architecture. They're both buying chips from AMD. This is not a secret. This is not rocket science.
And that's where.
So what I'm telling you, no. You said like it was rumored. This is not rumors.
No, everything
what they
announced. The specs besides the architecture, which is the processor.
That's the most important stuff.
The same thing. It's going to be used in both consoles because of the fact that they're both buying it from the same goddamn manufacturer. Yes, I know that they're both buying the same thing from.
So why are you downplaying it?
It's depending on what else they're going to put into it. Because they can buy the same thing.
Why are you downplaying
it? It's going to be completely different. They're saying 8K.
Okay.
What the hell are they going to do? 8K.
Okay, we're going to get into that. I'm going to destroy them on that. But what I'm telling you is don't say like like they gave you some futuristic stuff. They don't know what they're doing. He gave you hard evidence of what they're doing
I don't
and
take
where they're going.
any word Cerny says for anything because that dude does
And
not know
I'm
what the hell he's
going.
saying.
I'm going to get him at the end. But let's not say he didn't say what it is. Let's not do that. We don't do that here.
Hey, y'all need
We're not going to downplay.
Hey, y'all need
no, we do need a hug.
The fact that
y'all need a
We do
hug.
need a hug. If he's so little, he gonna need some high heel gel, high top gel toe to hug me.
I don't matter. I got platform shoes. Let's go.
Yeah, do it, man.
I'm just saying that the only
What I'm saying,
All right.
What I'm saying is, I don't need nobody on the panel to downplay what we heard.
Okay, fine.
We cannot fabricate no information.
I agree with that. But this is the thing here. We got to keep it moving. So I love the debate. I do love the debate. It's just that I got to move on. 100. Do you want to talk about this?
Nah. We can move on.
Okay. All right, cool.
My boy don't want to give out that smoke. I feel you.
Hey man, when I muted him, when I came to mute him when he was over there arguing with somebody, it's stuck on one person. How do you take it off? I don't know how to take it off.
I'm just saying. I know.
You still talking? Next subject.
Jesus.
And I'm still not gonna call you a bitch.
Oh, see, you did it. See,
I'll call you one.
Whoa!
Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to not rumble. Come on.
What I'm not gonna do?
We gotta be good. We gotta be good.
Nigga, stop,
man.
Stop it, nigga.
Peace. Gotta have peace, man. Peace, love, and hair grease.
We are not gonna have an episode on here.
Started.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna do an Iron Law podcast. I'm gonna bend the knee, Knuckles. Okay. Just so I can look you in
there's gonna be some bending the knees here a little bit later. Okay, all right.
So I can look you in the eye. I'm gonna bend the knee.
Cool. All right. So we gotta keep it moving. But I do want to touch on this because it's time for the roast. As I see, and this is the funny thing about what this whole social media thing is that the first thing that when people start jumping on the fact that people is looking and sounding like hypocrites, the first thing that they want to say is like, oh, I'm just trolling. We're just making fun of you because you were over there doing all that stupid stuff. Ha ha, you're so troll. No, you just over here trying to be slick. You trying to be cute. You over here believing the hype. You over here lacking knowledge. You just like the whole 8.4 teraflops that Cerny gave, and the pro cannot do no more. And I said I wasn't going to ever say that, but it just can't. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that this is the thing to me is that it's beyond that. It's not trying to make us look bad because we put a snake or a Scorpio sign behind our names. It's just because of the fact that we're excited for a product. We all are. We're all gamers here, and we do have a preference. I have no problem with a PlayStation person telling me that they like PlayStation over everything because you know what? That's cool. It still benefits gaming. But it seems to me that if anything that has to pertain with Xbox, that you have to have some kind of negative outlook in order for you to be a gamer. And you know what? That's bullshit because I take the good and the bad with everything. Now any console out here has had smooth sailing. Not one. Nintendo hasn't, Xbox hasn't, Sega hasn't, Neo Geo hasn't, 3DO didn't, Jaguar, Atari, nobody, no console. Anybody that's been in the console business has had a rough start at one point in time. So the
Atari,
that's what I said. Jaguar, Jaguar. Yeah. But the fact of it is that why is it that when somebody enjoys something, regardless if it's bad or not, it's no different when you look at things that's going on with your cell phone. Apple to me is in a bad state right now. It's not what it was since Mr. Steve Jobs passed away, but it's in a down little spiral right now. They're kind of trying to get their identity, trying to do some things or whatever. It is what it is though. But there will be people that will ride with Apple because they enjoy that product. Why are they not? I mean, why is it that anybody has to look at them as being frauds to the cell phone game? Because they like Apple better than Samsung or LG or any other phone that's out there. You know what I'm saying? Console shit is just absolutely ridiculous. The whole social media aspect is dumb when it comes to when you want to bash something that you don't like and you want to ridicule people because they like something that you don't. It's terrible. So let's go ahead and let's start roasting these fools right off the bat. I'm going to go to you, Livewire. And what is your whole thoughts about this whole AK situation? People putting the AKs behind their name. A lot of these people don't even have fucking AK, not even 4K televisions, but they want to brag about AK. Go ahead, talk to me, man. Let them have it. Just give it all you got. Give it all you got.
It's funny. It's funny the way cats flip flop, but then again, it ain't surprising. Some of these dudes is talking about how great PlayStation is, and they still rocking on the PS3. So. It's not really shocking. You got motherfuckers out here playing on a fucking box television with their PlayStation hooked up to that shit, talking about, oh, look at the graphics. Motherfucker, you can't see the goddamn graphics. Fuck out of here. You're not even on no flat screen, dog. Your shit is 480p. Talking about how great life is on PS4. So, like, you're always gonna have jokers like that, talking about shit. Listen, man, I don't get it, man. Just like what you like. The whole 8K shit is silly anyway, because again, like I said, look at there's a CES video showing the Xbox on an 8K television. Like, that shit don't impress nobody. It's already been there, done that. There's just no content to really support it. Shit, we don't got no content outside of games that support 4K. Like, we don't have no TV shows other than Netflix. If you ain't streaming it, ain't no cable network. You ain't watching the which is crazy. You ain't watching football, basketball. None of that shit is in 4K. So I don't know, man. People just be funny, yo.
I agree.
Funny motherfucker.
What about you, 100? Let me hear what your thoughts is.
That's crazy.
Let them have it.
Oh, I didn't know about the AK, the symbol. Now, first, I'm gonna get on you know what? They hypocritical. I'm gonna call them hypocritical. I ain't gonna call them ignorant. I'm gonna call them hypocritical. When we were putting the Scorpios, like people was putting, I didn't do it, but some people were doing it, putting the Scorpio and stuff like that. We were corporate slaves and we frauds and all this other stuff. Now it's okay to put AK. Ain't no AK content. Do you know how much the 8K TV costs? You can't get a 24-inch AK TV. They 55 and above.
No, they're 65. There's 65.
I found a Noonie Cooney one. I found a Noonie Cooney one. Yeah, I found a Noonie Cooney was 55, but it was you had to go order from China. And it probably 8K, it's 6K.
But most of them all start at 65 inches, starting at 8,000 going up.
8,000. You want to get a good one? You really want to get a good one?
No. That's the cheapest one. 8,000 is the cheapest, and that's what I'm saying is that these people who think 8K is the future, no, because they over here acting like they're gonna get an $8,000.
We don't get
TV.
Content. We don't get content.
There's only
in 4K unless we go buy ultra 4K disc. We don't get the true content. Even when we stream, I say this all the time. Your streaming is buffered. That's really 2K. It allowing your TV to upscale it. So, you know how much 4K? Only thing that I know of as of right now that TV that you can watch in 4K and ESPN does this is when it's the World Cup. The NBA Finals ain't even in 4K.
The only program in the world that is 4K.
That's 4K. So, even if you go get from your cable provider or your satellite provider and say 4K, you still ain't getting. That's how much bandwidth. That's bandwidth. And but it's future proof. No, and then I did also see in a bunch of articles it said that it can maybe upscale to 8K. Mm-hmm. It didn't say native; it said upscale. They used the word upscale. That means
that checkerboard.
Well, so it ain't telling you that. Come on, I mean. Let the console. I smashed it the other day. Me and Heba smashed it the other day. But
Great podcast.
Yeah.
Great podcast.
But I didn't. My thing is, it's like, okay, Microsoft comes out with something. It's bad. It's not good for gaming, but this is great. I don't even think it's what. I think the demographic maybe right now, maybe what? Out of 10 people in your neighborhood, maybe about 2 to 3 got a 4K. People still satisfied with 1080p.
Well, no, if you got 10 people, then you have there's going to be about 5. There's going to be
about 5. It's
about 5 because it's over 50%. It's over 50%.
That's the only thing they sell.
It's only on my block. It's only about 3 people that got it.
That may be your block, but on the wider scale of things, the adoption.
I'm not an analyst. I'm just making an estimate guess. I'm just making a jump on me. I'm making a calculological guess.
No. I'm saying if you're gonna use that figure, you got to use an actual statistic that.
If you're gonna use a statistic, it's people that's still on 720p.
I understand.
It's more people on 720p. That's more on that gamers. It's us as hardcore gamers that get the 1080p.
This is one of those moments where me and you are gonna go back and forth on this. I'm saying I know where you're coming from. Yes,
just be quiet.
I'm just saying the statistic on what's going on is it's a 50% adoption rate for 4K. It is
because the stores won't sell 1080p TVs. That's why.
Yes,
when you walk into Best Buy, you walk into PC Richards, you walk into Sears, they are selling 4K only TVs. There's like maybe if there's 10 TVs in the store, 2 of them are 1080p's. So the adoption rate, the market has forced that issue, not the consumer, the market. Let's just be real here. It's at 50%.
And I understand that. But what I was trying to say is that it having a slower adoption rate than it was from 720 to 1080 for high def, but it is slowly growing as 4K is becoming more available.
4K is the standard. It's standard.
It is the standard now, but it's still slowly being adopted, but it's become more readily available and at a price point where it's easy to get into compared to what it was, 2 years ago. That's what I was trying to get at. To let,
but you can get a 4K TV right now.
Okay, hold on, guys. Let 100 finish.
Yeah, let him finish.
But I was trying to give him some
bloody.
Let him finish.
Damn, bloody. Let him finish. Go ahead, Wanda.
No, you can go get a short 4K TV right now for $199, $250. Don't mean that's gonna have HDR in it. It's not the best thing that's moving. That's why you might say the adoption rate is more, because think about it, when 1080p's came out, they were expensive. I remember when 720p TVs came out, they were real expensive. I remember guys were paying for 32 inches. For 32 inches, they were paying over $1,000.
Yeah.
No, bloody, you can go ahead. I'm just trying to go ahead and get this shit popping so we can get to the next topic.
I was a prime example. Okay, I bought the F9000 Samsung, the first 4K TV, or one of the very first. My TV was $10,000. I waited till it dropped to $5,000. So these dudes talking about that 4K and 8K, I ain't got no 4K, 8K money. Y'all frauding. Half y'all barely got good cell phones.
Go ahead, bloody. Finish up. I just was like, man, we got to keep it rolling. But I'm like, I love the back and forth. But you know what I'm saying? We do got more topics. So
all I was trying to do was just add some facts for him to use as a baseline. But then everyone adopts me or starts attacking me and cutting me off when I'm just trying to give.
It's not cutting you off. You are only the Japanese interpreter. You are not the corrector.
Oh shit!
Not when I actually had the correct numbers to use. So don't even go there with me.
But you are not a bitch.
I know I'm not a bitch.
There we go.
I am the hardest motherfucker right now.
What are y'all doing? Hold on.
I'm just saying, all I'm trying to do is make sure that we have the correct information when we're using numbers so that we actually sound like we know what we're talking about.
Hold on.
I want us to be the best.
I'm trying to drink.
Oh, no, not this.
All right, let's go.
Bitch.
Okay.
We don't do that here. We don't attack.
Hey, that is.
Hey, try to kill each other.
If y'all remember Pee-wee's Playhouse and they had them secret words and shit, you know what I'm saying? All right. 100. What's the secret word?
Beep.
Oh.
You quit my podcast because somebody made fun of you in the chat like a little bitch.
Whoa! Let's go.
He should have never did. He should have waited. He should have waited to get me on Xbox Live and played that.
They should have never did that.
I'm pleading the fifth for the next while because this is a messy episode.
This is the messiest GRG ever, but this is juicy. Boy.
This is what happens when Mega gets too much drinking.
No, this got nothing to do with drink. You know what this did? This was right here. This was just bitter. This is bittersweet because. Okay, I'm just being honest here. I'm just being honest here, right? And I don't mean to be mean or I'm not disrespectful about it, but I get so tired of so many people want to talk about people of color's podcasts and talk about how filthy they are, how disrespectful they get, how ghetto they are. If this shit,
racist,
you know what I'm saying? No, this is just a fact. I've seen it. I've been here. I've seen. Oh man, I've been doing this shit for 4 years, right? And I've seen everybody in this try to hold other people to a higher pristine than they do others. But when I hear this.
Shitty salty podcast and the salty act. I quit my podcast because somebody made fun of you in the chat like a little bitch.
When I see this, it makes me tickle pink because it's like it's not just ethnic podcast. It's not just us. It's all over, Jack. And this is just the entertainment that goes on with YouTube. So yeah, I'm sorry for being so messy. GRG is not going to be messy like this again. Until we hear some more shit like this again.
I feel big come from
it's more funny than anything. It's sad.
Funny. We ain't picking no shots. We ain't taking no sides.
I'm not picking sides and I'm not taking shots. I just think it's funny as hell just for that reason. So, okay. Anyway, but it's disrespectful as fuck. Hey, I would, either one, whatever the case may be, somebody gonna have to meet me. I gotta make that trip. Hey, like that dude, Jimmy from, what's his name? Jimmy from the, what's called podcast? From Weapon Wheel or Kid Smooth. So I gotta make that trip, partner. I gotta make that trip. You talking to me like what you say? What you?
Salty this, man. I can take it. I can dish it, bitch.
He can't stop.
You quit.
I can take it and I can dish it.
Curtis Skinner said, "Make this from the last one." That's it.
Huh?
Stay salty, bro. Pour some salt out for you.
But you know what I'm saying? Hey, bro. We're gonna beat these streets, homie. What are you doing? Crap was savage. I ain't never heard crap that savage in my life, bro. I ain't never heard crap that savage. Whatever went on was funny as hell to me, and that shit needs to be. It's already exposed, so we need to know more. I need to know juice. I need to find that sweet tea so I can go ahead and find more of this good stuff.
I'm
so
gonna over here and stick my drink in my
First of all, brother, you better man up. You remember who your friends are. You remember who you in E3 with. You with GRG.
Oh,
I know.
Keep that in mind.
And that's what I know. Hey, whoa.
Because he said, "Oh, don't. This is the last time. Don't play it no more. Stop tapping out."
No, that's Kudastina asked that. Kudastina, pay attention to the damn chat, boy.
What Kudastina say? Because we gotta respect.
She said, "Play it one more time louder, and that's it. Let's move on."
Okay, she's right.
I'm trying to take care of the fans, and you over here coming at me.
All right,
no, we ain't about that.
We ain't gonna play it no more. Can somebody please?
It's just funny games. This is last and gig.
Can somebody please give me the secret word? Give me the secret word.
We don't got to do it no more.
I'm just saying it's sad when the young bucks tries to be the voice of reason.
You don't think
I'm
I
used to it.
Everyone else stealing my shtick from years ago. You know, I don't care about that shit, man. I do my thing for me. I have fun with it, then I'm done with it.
Oh, I
I
get
leave it
loaded.
at the door. That's how I work shit, man. I don't care about this stuff. You're the one that's trying to talk shit behind my back. You want to talk shit behind my back? That's fine. I'm talking to you right in front of you, calling you a bitch.
Whoa! God, man, see me in the parking lot at 3 a.m. at Walmart, motherfucker.
Y'all stupid as hell.
Wow, white on white crime at his best. Oh man, and you think this is
I never talk behind my back.
Wait till Z get a hold of this.
I don't do that.
Z gets a hold of this. Wait till he get a hold of this. It ain't even what I'm doing. Ain't even gonna be nothing.
We going to hell for
Wait,
this
it's
one.
going. You think I'm doing messy shit? That shit's going.
We going to hell for this one. But I appreciate that content, that extra DLC to make the show better.
Bruh, I feel so bad for my boy Xbot because he was quiet like a little lark, man. He didn't say shit.
Xbot is my dude.
Xbot is my boy, man. I'm riding to die for Xbot, man. You know what I'm saying? That next podcast is my fam, right? You know what I'm saying? I feel bad for my boy Bot because he's the one person that do not like conflict. He wants to stay away with it, and I know he wanted to crawl out of his skin when that shit was going down. But you know what? It's all love here. I don't have no animosity towards Salty or Crap, even though regardless of what some people may try to suspect or whatever, because I made a post.
Still funny.
But this is funny as hell, Jack.
It's like seeing two of your siblings argue.
It's like seeing people that you associate
that
with.
That was Xbox Live After Dark. That's how we begin
Xbox Live After Dark. Boy, if we did a podcast with that, it would sound like that because it would be people going left, talking.
Y'all hear we say at night, boys.
Right, let's get back on topic.
To each other, right?
Let's get back on topic. Let's talk about the AK. Let's talk about the AK.
Yeah, AK, man.
What time is it? Oh shit, we got about 30 more minutes and then we gotta get out of here, man. He said Xbox was hanging up there like a champ. Yeah, Xbox he's a champ, man. He's a professional. Xbox is a professional. Much love for my little bro, man. Anyway, the AK situation, I just want to just give my little parts to it and just say, look, man, I think a lot of people sounded really foolish by trying to say it's trolling when in all actuality, I think a lot of these guys get jealous because of certain people in the community. They have this unity and they want to dissect it any way possible. I mean, I feel that the PlayStation community, they hold firm. If something goes bad, they keep silent and then they move on and they rather talk and bash about everything else other than what's going on in their own backyard.
No, you know what it is over there. It's a hive mind, but we're gonna leave that alone.
We know that, hey man, operations. We were in DMs listening to that trash. We were there looking at that. We know. We know. I know personally. So it is what it is, right?
Bro, and you know it's a hive mind. They tried to sell people on Resogun as a must-play game to get a PS4 at launch, dog.
Yes.
If that ain't the craziest shit you've never seen in your life.
Yes,
bro. That's like
you know what's really crazy.
I don't even know what to compare that shit to on Xbox, man. That shit's crazy.
Thank you. This is the one thing right here. I
like Resogun because I like the Defender. I like
Resogun, but hold on. But it's not the must. It's not the must end all game, bro.
It's not. It's not.
Okay. This is the thing. But no, this is the thing, right? Why is it that Xbox channels has to stay at this certain standard, right? I mean, we gotta look high and keep our chins up regardless of all this shit. But 90%, I would even go as far as saying 95% of the podcasts out there for PlayStation side talk about Xbox. They don't even talk about their own shit. Where's the hype for Days Gone? I see PlayStation fans, real PlayStation fans like PlayStation Bruh. He's a real one. He's a true real one, right? Yeah. He's a good dude. He's not all about that. They
gotta keep their hype low because if it hits a 70, they're gonna act like it
ain't gonna be a 70 because it's a Playstation game this generation.
No, right? What I'm saying is, if it hits a 70, they're gonna act like it don't exist. If it's a 90, I mean, not 90, but an 80, then they're gonna be like, see.
You know what? But this is the thing, right? And so if any Xbox podcast talks about PlayStation in whatever light, oh, you got to talk about this, you got to talk about that, you got to do this, you got to do that. No, we don't have to do anything because your asses don't even do what Xbox podcast we talk about a little bit at all because most of us owns multiple consoles. We own more. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. And I know what I can tolerate and I know what I won't tolerate. The fact of it is that when you guys are talking more about Xbox and talking about how trash this is, no games, all that stupid ass rhetoric, but then yet you're not hyping up you're not hyping up. Nobody's not hyping up Days Gone or the damn that other game, the game where the dude's in Tokyo and shit. in the black jacket. I forget what the name. Can you help me, Bloody? What's that game called? It's a second,
something
third
outline or something.
Game, the lawyer game, right?
Oh, Phoenix Wright.
What is it?
You're talking about the one in
Is it Judgment? Something like that?
Yeah, something
right.
Judgment.
Judgment. Oh yeah, Judgment. That's being done by the same studio that did Yakuza.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the thing to me that just gets on my nerves. It's like, come on, bro. Is it really that serious? So regardless of all that, man, look, if there's something about PlayStation, that I don't like, I'm gonna just point it out. If anybody on the panel that wants to point it out, they point it out. It's not that we hate PlayStation. I've been a PlayStation owner ever since the very beginning that PlayStation came out. I've played PlayStation. I've owned a PlayStation from the very beginning. But if there's things if I like Xbox, if I like Nintendo, if you like PC, whatever more than something else, then you shouldn't be ridiculed over it. You should be commended because you are a brother and sister amongst us with gaming. Just real talk. But the AK shit is dumb. It's ridiculous. And look, it's not dumb for the fact that if you hyped for it, but it's dumb because you say that it's all about trolling because people were hyped about the X. That's ridiculous.
Can I bring up a point with AK to give people an idea what AK really means and what it takes to bring to a modern PC today? Okay, it takes 4 1080 Ti's to run a game in AK right now. We're not even talking about the 20 series. We're talking about 1080 Ti from last year at 850 a graphic card. It turns out to be 1,700. If you times that, the other two, that's $3,400 in graphic cards. You think you're going to get a $400 to $500 console next year that's going to be stronger than 4 1080 Ti's? For that, it doesn't make sense. Now look at the Xbox One X. The game Titanfall runs 6K internally, but it cannot output 6K and runs 4K out the HDMI 2.0. That doesn't mean anything. Nobody cares what it runs internally. And that's what I think they meant because they didn't say games were running 8K. They referenced 8K compatible. See, people want to read into stuff and give their own definition. This is why Mark Cerny shouldn't have never said that. Say the game is running internally at 16-bit, like the PlayStation Pro does. Oh, we could do 8 teraflops in 16-bit, but output in 32-bit, which equals checkerboard rendering. Let's not forget the history, what goes on in gaming. See, people take something, AK. You ain't paying for nothing, AK. You're not. $3,400 in graphic cards is supposed to be in something that's $400 to $500. Come on, let's be realistic here. That's what I be saying. You know, when I read that part, they never said games was gonna play. It said 8K compatible. It did not say 8K gaming. That's all I gotta say.
Cool. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Halo. Something that a lot of people got to eat crow about. I find it to be pretty amazing actually, because when we talked about this, there was a lot of people that was suspecting that this was absolutely false, and it was just a rumor at the time, and it was like, and when I first posted it on Twitter, I was like, hey, look, if this is true, this is insane. And so we come to find out that Halo 6 will probably be one of the most expensive games we've ever seen in history to this point. I don't think there's any game that reaches this magnitude. I know that
only one.
Yeah. What's the one game?
Destiny.
How much was Destiny? 500?
500. Yeah. 500.
Okay. Halo 6. If you haven't heard this yet, it has been pretty much confirmed. It was Brad Sams that put out the video today. That the rumors about Halo 6 being 500 million, it was not 500 million, but it was 480 to 490 million dollars for the game. So, bruh, this is 343 is risking it all right now. Like, I mean, this, like, when I read articles and I see what people are saying, They're not lying. This will make or break developers. Let's just say that Halo failed, right? Which that just sounds ridiculous to me to even say that. But hypothetically, let's say Halo failed. Do you know what kind of how that would hurt? That would hurt. You're talking about almost $500 million you're putting into a game. Also, what's has been stated in there is that they are pretty much looking into adding battle royale mode, and of course keeping the other modes as well. And pretty much probably the most that's been included with the game, with this game is the engine. What's probably cost the most was them redefining the engine with the slipstream slipspace engine. Thank you. And so I'm pretty sure that took the bulk of the cost. But Bonnie Ross said it. She said that when she had the interview with Aaron McCaffrey, and she was like, "Look, we felt like there was these big changes that need to happen. We knew that there was a lot of people that was disappointed with the story with Halo 5. They loved the multiplayer. Of course, they didn't feel that the Halo 5 story was up to par. We heard that a lot of people loved Halo 4 story, but didn't like the multiplayer. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to combine both, make sure that it's cross the I's. Dot the I's, cross the T's. So I'm going to go to you. I'm going to go to you live. I'm going to go to you, Operations. What do you think about this? Hearing that this has been pretty much confirmed that they have spent almost $500 million on one video game.
Wait, so it's confirmed? It's not rumor no more?
Brad Sams came on today and said this was the real deal. It wasn't exactly 500 million, but it was between 480 and 490 million.
Well, I guess then if we do go off of that, then this really is the biggest Halo we ever seen. Because that's like, I guess as the years went on, Halo did get more bigger and bigger with their maps, their sandboxes and whatnot, the levels. So it seems like they're taking the quote unquote Destiny approach with this. Because Halo used to be like not necessarily a corridor shooter, but it's more like contained. The levels, the map designs, when you go through the campaign, it was a little bit more contained. They did open up a little bit as time went on, but it seemed like their budget's this big, that could play a part as well. Because I think it's pretty much confirmed right now we're on a Halo ring. So we could explore a big size of part of that as well. As far as where the rest of the money went to, I have no idea. I'm not really informed about where the money will be divided up into the development process of it as well. Maybe like the cast for hiring, the technology using for it as well could play a big part as well. But it's like, as far as what the money would translate to specifically into the game, I'm not sure what it will look like at this point. Obviously, it'll probably just be a bigger Halo at this point. So I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it. But yeah, close to $500 million for a budget is going to be crazy if this actually is true. Can't wait to see what they do with it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Livewire, what is your thoughts about this?
Dope shit. I think it's going to be somewhere like a high. No, I don't think hybrid's the right word. It's definitely going to be Halo, but I think they're going to have some of those Destiny elements in it. And I think we spoke about this a while ago when we were saying like they should allow, bring back what was it, Spartan Ops, and make Spartan Ops into their Destiny type. But instead of making Spartan Ops just some random Spartans, it should have been Team Osiris. And then you just develop your Spartan from there. So, I mean, and it sounds like Gears is kind of doing the same shit with the whole upgrading your character type shit. So I say kudos to them, man. Kudos to them. Yo, you know what? 100. I went back and played the Ultimate Gears Ultimate. Man, that shit does look good. That shit look good, bro. Not as good as Gears 4, but damn close. Damn close.
I told you that shit last night. I'm just running through games.
Cause I don't even know if that's Xbox enhanced, but it looked damn good.
I don't know if it's.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, I don't think.
No, there's no HDR on there.
Yeah,
it just pops like boom.
So, what do you think, 100? What is your thoughts about this?
What about what? They spending money on Halo?
Well, they spending.
It's the
They're
Halo.
spending
You're
the
supposed
biggest.
to.
They're risking it all, Jack. It's a lot of money. Almost
Because
$1 billion.
I had to go
half
talk
$1 billion,
to. I had
bro.
to go talk to Phil, and you know, what I'm saying I had to go way back and go talk to other executives and stuff. And I'm saying, man, we gonna make
it's
this
not that
happen.
surprising though.
No, but
They made like
you gotta understand this.
in the
These
first
games
week when
cost.
Halo 5 came out.
You know
These
what?
games
Somebody 108 said that earlier tonight when we were talking about the we was talking about the topics or whatever, and he said the same thing, Livewire. But it's just, but there is no game that's had that much money invested into it though.
But you gotta understand. You gotta understand inflation costs. Because when first the Halo came out, you got to think about it. See if Microsoft put the same type of money and you go try to use the inflation the way it is. Like it's just like, remember, we was kids. We was buying chips, big old bags of chips for 25 cents. Now they down there $2.
You know what it tells you? Though? It tells you how long they plan to support it.
And they're planning to keep on letting it ride.
Oh yeah, that was one thing.
They might make it like a Sea of Thieves. Like we're gonna make this shit ride.
That's not surprising because remember, exposure and engagement is the new currency nowadays. It's not it's not money outright. It's literally how long can you keep people invested.
Yeah. You know what? You might see Halo kind of go to the form of like what's that game? Not just Destiny, but more so even GTA 5.
Yeah, that's
how they constantly add updates and stuff like that.
For the online mode.
You know, they might do something like that where it's like, all right, say you got your regular campaign, they did all that shit, but now, how often does GTA add like the you never know.
They do that now with Halo 5. They do that. They do that now with Halo 5.
Well,
they keep on adding shit. They even added to the Master Chief Collection now.
He's talking specifically about events and stuff in the game.
Specific missions and stuff like that.
Yeah, they were the updates that they had for GTA 5 were coming out for a while about every. First, it was 4 months or 5 months in between some of the big ones, and then recently they put them out about every three months, and then they've had little drops in between those big drops.
But them are online modes. Them are hype.
Yes, but that's what
That was nothing. That's just what Halo does now. Halo throws in all these different modes. They threw in Forge. So they do it now.
Yeah, but he was saying if they continue adding events like that in Halo online, kind of what he was saying that they did with GTA.
They pretty much confirmed that there was a developer, I can't remember, it was a couple of weeks ago. He said that that Halo was going to take a different approach instead of it being kind of the linear way that it's been. It's going to be an open world. So we're looking more of like Anthem, Division, games like that. That's going to be more like a service to where it's going to be prolonged. So yeah, Livewire, you were absolutely right. You hit the hammer on the nail. That was exactly it.
Hit the hammer on the head.
Hit the hammer on the head. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, it's the crown talking. Big shout out to Moxie. Where have you been, Moxie?
Not only that, Avers is in the chat too. They both here right now.
Y'all? Oh, G4G is in the house. Man, there was a fool out there that was over here trying to down talk you, and you know what I'm saying. I had y'all's back. You know what I'm saying. I'm talking about a video that y'all put.
Still more tea tonight.
Yeah, a little bit of tea, but just a fool. And you know what I'm saying. That person really doesn't get any credit for anything, but just starting bullshit. Just a fool. Just a fool.
Does anyone else find it weird he never mentioned their names whatsoever, but wants to call them out? Just saying.
Not only that, the individual disrespects, or a certain individual disrespects Moxie by calling her the G4G female.
I want to know if Avis is coming back to E3.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my man Avers. He put me up on that Japanese whiskey. Man, I've been drinking it ever since.
Shout out to Avers and Moxie. When are y'all going to come back and do y'all show? You know what I'm saying? And when y'all going to come on back to GRG, man? We got to have y'all back, man. That's the real deal, man. Cause
let's get this focus going. Let's go.
Yeah. No.
Come and fill in for me 1 week.
They don't want me being the one to give out the numbers. They need someone else who actually knows
come and fill in for me and Bloody.
Yeah, for real.
Both of us can shut the fuck up.
Yeah, for real. For real.
Oh, damn!
Woo!
I mean,
why don't you just call him a bitch?
Hey,
Oh, here we go.
I've been the best tonight. I've been on my good behavior.
Here we go.
You better, because we get to California, we're gonna beat your little ass.
You know what? That's fine. I'll go down, but I'm gonna go down swinging. I may not fuck you all up, but I'll at least do something.
You ain't swinging on nobody. You got T-Rex arms. You ain't swinging on
Leave it
nobody.
alone, because you know I got to get back.
Nah, man, like George St. Pierre, I'm tiny, but I'm feisty.
Leave it
man.
alone. Leave it alone. Hey, let's go back. Let's go back what we was talking about.
You like a chili pepper.
We got
you small, but you got heat.
Exactly.
You got that Latino native heat.
You just not a bitch.
No, I'm not gonna do it again. But anyway,
No, we gotta stay focused.
This show is ridiculous tonight.
Yo, Salty, my bad, Salty, man.
It's Salty in here. It's Salty in here.
Blame K Mega. Throw K Mega under the bus.
Bruh, Salty, man. Oh man, we definitely gotta have you on the show, man. That was.
You gotta come back. We not disrespecting you here. This is what we do.
Oh man,
we'll
drive you to that Walmart to be crap so y'all can sell it like men.
Hang on, Mega. Moxie said
you know
that.
What I'm talking about, B?
And Moxie said right here, Mega is officiating the last true Xbox podcast on YouTube. Ride or die.
Wow, thank you, Moxie. Thank you so much. You and Avis has always been the best, man. Always been the best. You know what I'm saying? You know, one of my favorite shows is when Moxie and Avers and Delilah and Don and 108 was on the show, and we were doing that's when I was doing the GRG Uncut, because I was trying to do the spinoff and stuff, and man, that all that knowledge that was going on that night, it was crazy. So y'all need to go back and check that out. Yeah, the GRG Uncut, go check it out. It was last year sometime, man. That was very important. I just shut the hell up and just let them talk, because there was nothing else I could say.
And I'm going to put Delilah on the spot. Bring your ass back to the show. We need your knowledge.
Oh, man. And Infamous. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I miss the ladies. Our matriarchs, man. But you know what? It is what
That's
it is.
What's up, cuz?
That's what they doing. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of that, you know what I'm saying? No drama here. You know what I'm saying? No drama here. But
Not at all. But, all fun and games.
All love.
I gotta get Don's little corny ass so we can do Devin the Gamer stuff. Yeah, so I gotta get it.
No, you don't need the Devin the Gamer. You don't need that no more.
What you mean I don't need no more? Man, that was 3,000.
He insulted me tonight. He insulted me tonight. Trying to talk about my microphone that cost $380. Better watch your mouth.
Hanging out too much with the he's been hanging too much.
Watch your mouth.
In 100's parties, man.
At least he didn't call you a bitch.
Oh shit! Anyway, okay, so for before we get on the last topic,
goddamn dog,
the Halo situation, because I'm really excited. I'm happy as hell. I'm stoked. I mean, of course, if they, you know what I'm saying, if they're gonna prolong the show, the game, like I think they're going to do by bringing in DLC and stuff like that, then that means that's a greater chance for a #SaveLock to come up in the building. Woo! Team Osiris, give me some of that. You know what I'm saying? To come on in there.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? But like the story and everything with Halo, like, oh my God, like it sounds like it's going to be crazy. Almost $500 million, man.
Hey,
that is a crazy investment.
At least I would say at least 50 to about 100 million had to go into that engine, because people fail to remember the reason that they had to take the time to develop the slip space engine is that for years they've been using the same engine with those goddamn ridiculous physics that Bungie had set up.
Modified, because everything gets modified.
No. They were using the same engine that Bungie had set up because they were supposed to create something new after they took over during Reach. But they didn't, and they continue using the same engine during 4 and 5. And Bungie is just using a modified version of that engine in Destiny.
Right.
And anyone who plays Destiny.
But hold on, son. Frostbite 1, 2, and 3 is the same. It's based off 1. It's just modified. That's what they do. Even with Unreal. Unreal 4 is Unreal 1 advanced per generation. They don't never really start from scratch. But the slip space, that's a brand new engine.
Yeah,
that's brand new. That's brand new. But usually, like Frostbite 1, 2, and 3, it's Frostbite 1 modified for each generation. That's how they do the iterations of engines. You know what I'm saying? They take the foundation and they build on it. That's how they do it.
But that's what I'm saying. Is
343 using the original Halo engine. I mean, Halo 4 on the 360 destroyed what Bungie did graphically.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So, and that's the same engine at the base.
Yeah.
Same engine at the base, but look what they did with it.
I mean, Halo 5 looks amazing.
No. But that's what I'm saying. It's not. I'm not talking about how it looks. I'm not talking about how it looks. We know it looks beautiful. They did a great job with making it beautiful. I'm saying the physics in the engine was just one of the things. That's one of those things that really
most of the physics come from Havoc, though. Most of the physics, Microsoft is on everybody's platform with that. I had to throw that in there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. They own that Havoc. They get that money.
They own that from everybody.
Yep. And there's a lot of Sony games that use Havoc, but they don't know that Microsoft is funded that. Just saying.
All right, cool. All right, yeah. But Moxie just threw a little something saying that there may have been a meeting between her and Avers. You know what I'm saying? Look, let it known. I still got you guys subbed. If you guys definitely pop in, man, I'm definitely going to be there. One of the first people there, man. Y'all, that's one of my favorite podcasts to watch other than other people that I definitely watch. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep it
No,
right.
K-Man, you got to keep it real. You got to say what it is.
What?
Oh, I'm going to say what it is for me. I love Avers and Moxie. Y'all good, but that set was incredible.
Oh, no, yeah, the set, I mean, no,
that
just
set was incredible.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it made me sick to my stomach when somebody came after them and because they wanted to try to come at me to try to make something because of something that I posted and then try to go after people that
hold on, Mega, let's call it this. The dude hurt. That shit happened over a year ago. He's gonna bring it up now. The man hurt.
But I didn't even throw any shade or try to.
He hurt, man. He's been thinking about it.
Some of them weirdos get out there and probably send it to him. And if you a grown ass man and you try to be this and that, then you come out and you try to quote expose me when you didn't even listen to the show. You didn't even pay attention to all the topics that was in there. You're a fool. You just sound like a complete jackass. And then I'm listening
in the basement. You're 47 years old in your mother's basement, and you don't come outside and you eat Cheerios all day with no sugar.
Use what I do. Y'all need to eat the hate. Y'all need to have the hate.
Let's move on to the next topic.
Let's go. Let's to the next thing. To take the hate. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a great Jedi. Take the hate. And then, you know what I'm saying? And when you really want to fly it back at them.
I do. I just find it to be so disgusting when you go
but it's because it's a nasty world.
Out here like
it's a nasty world.
It's so disgusting.
The Emperor.
We know they good people.
Yeah, they're just good people.
Yeah, they see the good. I know they good people. We know we good people. We promote good people. You know what I'm saying? That's our job.
That part is true. GRG definitely promotes them. We promote GWG. We promote Tick Podcast. We definitely promote. I can't even talk. Promote.
That's that crown.
That's what the hell is. We promote the Iron Lords and have them fools bend the knee. And we also promote.
Shout out to my man King David, Cognito, Sovereign, Addict.
Yes, can't wait to collaborate with them brothers. Man. It's gonna be fun.
And I'm gonna have $100.
Big shout out to my
I get $100.
To the big boss out there, Megatron. That's the big boss out there. That's the big hoss out there. He try to play humble. Man, Megatron out there doing some things.
Oh, I just can't just do that. Shout out to my man Southbound. No, I'm saying out here with me. No, I'm saying that's this. No.
You know what I'm saying? Expectation is strong. They just don't know. They have no idea.
You can't rock with the real podcasters because we don't talk about it from our basement. We're going to be there on deck, putting in real work, hurting our feet.
Anyway,
drinking mad water.
Last topic. Let's get to it.
And watch Bloody put on makeup and mascara. Let's go.
Last topic. We're going to talk about
Hey, it's too late for me.
I'm mute my mic.
It's not mascara. It's eyeliner. Get it right.
It's
eyeliner. Talk about it.
Yeah, bitch. It's eyeliner.
Bloody putting on eyeliner like,
I didn't call him no bitch.
Okay, yeah. Other Sync said, Delilah HD, back to topic. Let's get to the last topic so we get the hell out of here.
Back to topic. My bad.
You're the one who's stopping it.
I know, I am, right? Okay, I'm so bad today.
I'm sorry, God. Just trying to be funny.
That was Delilah. That was Other Sync saying in Delilah's voice. That's actually really cool.
And we having a meeting after this.
We definitely
after
are.
This.
We'll have a
I'm finna go play. I'm playing video games.
You're fine.
Playing video games.
You're Fired.
Or I'm gonna call my man from Con Ed and
Fired
cut off your
operations.
electricity.
You ain't talked enough shit tonight. Anyway.
I ain't trying to talk shit.
No, I didn't say you. I said operations.
You said operations.
Oh yeah. You stay good. You stay pure, boy.
You definitely
it's getting harder as days go on.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Corrupting his mind.
I know we are corrupted. Last topic. Xbox doesn't have any games, but it has been pretty much confirmed that Ninja Theory's game will pretty much is out. It will be available here pretty soon. The rumor is that Ninja Theory's game will be shown at E3 this coming up there here in the next couple of weeks. I guess we look at it about 50 days, 52 days, something like that. And, and there was something that the Tick Podcast showed. I seen it a long time ago, but just really never put two and two together. But I showed it in the DMs and GRG, and it was an old game that Ninja Theory made they were working on, but I guess they didn't get the funding or whatever for it, and it just kind of scrapped it. Well, it sounds like that with the Xbox's help, they went ahead and they revitalized this game. And what this is a game where you are fighting aliens, but instead of shooting them, you are also doing melee attacks. It's a multiplayer game. And from the alpha that they showed, it looked dope. Even though that was something that they showed from way before they started working on Hellblade. It was back in 2012, 2013. The potential of what this game can be, because it also said that the game is going to be running off the Unreal Engine 4, the same engine that Hellblade runs off of. It also is going to have a multiplayer aspect. So I'm going to ask you, Livewire, what is your thoughts about this game? I don't know if you've seen the alpha in there. Is this something that intrigues you? Because it sounds like it's like a hybrid of Anthem and something else that has a lot of melee combos and shit to it because of what you've seen. What do you think about it? What do you think? Does it sound dope to you? It's a AAA game as well.
I mean, it sounds interesting, but I need to see something before I really get fully vested in what it is.
Well,
I mean, that's the way I feel about it.
It's a AAA game, though. I mean, they're saying that Xbox.
To me, that's dope. But for me, before I can get super hyped for it, I got to see, what it's really offering. I got to play it the same way I play the PlayStation games, man. You got to show me. Ain't just tell me. You got to show me.
I totally agree with that. Oh yeah, Kunastina. Yeah, For Honor. That it has a For Honor feel to it as well, because it's going to have a story mode to it. Bloody Knuckles, what do you think about this? I know you've seen it, and I know you responded to it. What was your first impressions of it for what you've seen from that alpha, and what do you think that this game would kind of would be for Xbox coming in? Would it be just like another Halo-esque or something else, or would this be something that gamers can sink their teeth into?
No, it's exactly what Ninja Theory is known for. Let's be real. Ninja Theory knows how to do an action RPG, and they're making a co-op action RPG. They said that the main thing is focused on melee combat, while you can also use guns. Look at what they did with DMC. Action RPG focused with melee combat that had some guns. Now this one might be a little bit more refined, more TPS style, but that's essentially what you're looking at when you're looking at what they're known for. The gameplay looked interesting. I definitely am curious on how it's gonna all work out. I'm not entirely sure with everything. It's cool that it has 6 areas. They have 3 levels each map, and that's great. My biggest thing is I know me and Operation talked about this on the low, is that they mentioned that each stage is going to be long, and it's going to end in a boss battle similar to that of God of War. That's my only complaint, because them boss battles in God of War weren't nothing to write home about. Yeah,
the dragon was cool.
They were all corny. All right, like when you're in the vault trying to unlock the secrets to being able to use the bridge to the 9 realms. Literally, the boss is at the bottom of that. When you unlock it, is just 2 giant trolls. That one uses ice, the other one uses fire, and you just have to use the opposite. none of those boss fights were unique except for the fights with Boulder.
I don't think it's going to be that limited. I think that they mean true boss battle.
I hope so.
Think of Power Stone and their boss battles.
No. I know where you're coming from. I'm just saying I hope that's not how it is because, like I said, those are all just like reskins of base enemies that you see in the game. I want something that's actually cool and unique looking if we're gonna do boss battles. But that's just me. But I'm excited for what Ninja Theory is doing. Like I said, they're talented. They know what they're doing. They have this experience. They're an action RPG company. They know how to make a hack and slash game that looks like what's going to be the primary focus, while it's going to have the capacity to be a shooter at certain parts, and it's co-op. Co-op games, that is Microsoft's bread and butter. They know how to make multiplayers. They're getting studios that want to do multiplayers and stuff like that. So that's great to have. So it's good that they're getting to see. And there's this talks that it was what they were originally working on, and then it got canceled, but Microsoft came and do it. Because right now Ninja Theory has 2 projects. This has been going on for a little bit, and then the other project that they're actually working on. This one was just further along. That's why we're going to see a lot sooner. So I'm really excited to see what they have starting out, and then what comes after this one with their first true game that they're starting from scratch.
Yeah, because it's really not the game that they're starting from scratch. This is kind of like a fill-in, but it does sound pretty interesting. 108, what is your thoughts about this news, about this AAA game coming out?
Well, I expect nothing less from them. Now they have a bigger budget available to them. And, who put that up in GRG today? That cancel game?
Me.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
So did you. Yeah, both games.
That was awesome. And, I don't expect nothing less from them. And they have always been a great developer.
Yeah, they're
and with money behind them and being in-house, they don't have to spend their own money. They can spend Microsoft money and make a great game. So I think they're enthused, like everybody else who's been purchased by Microsoft, and great partnerships from like smaller devs, like from Cuphead to Ori and the Blind Forest. You see what they've done with those games. So to see Ninja Theory with that type of backing and support, we already know they're great developers. So seeing what you showed in GRG, I was like, damn, that looks fire. Maybe you should uncancel it, because that was like, it was a co-op situation and it really looked good. And we just saw it in plain polygons, no textures, no lighting, no nothing.
And that was from 2013. Yeah, that's
right. And it's old. So we like, wow. So you only can expect great things. Look what they did with Senua's, what's that game called?
Senua's Sacrifice, Hellblade.
Right, Hellblade. I mean, everybody thought that game was trash.
What? Everybody what?
When they first saw it, nobody knew what it was. Let's just be real. We talking about initial.
Man, get out of here.
No. I'm not talking about from my perspective. I'm talking about when they first showed that game, people was like, it don't got no hubs. We don't know what it's doing. She's seeing things. Nobody knew what it was in the initial. And I'm not talking about from my perspective, K-Mac. I'm talking about when people see a game, it's the same thing as we see with the Hideo Kojima game. Nobody knows what that game is going to bring. They got the same response when they showed Hellblade. The same response. But it turned out the game is dope. What I'm saying is, we know they are great developers. And I will never second guess them. It's good to see they down with Microsoft, and I can't wait to see with E3, because at E3 they're supposed to be showing what they're going to show.
And yeah, most likely it's this game. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. 100. What do you think about this game?
Pause my game real quick. I'm gonna put it this way. I ain't got a few words. I don't talk rumors. When I see it, I see it. If I see it at E3, that's when I talk about it. I don't talk about somebody that said they saw something. I don't do that. I don't talk rumors. Just like if I was an NBA player and they said a source said I wanted to be traded, who your source? So you just move. You can call me Bitter Joe, but that's just how I am with that. I don't talk rumors.
Right.
Mohammed don't like nothing. He's the one to be like, yo, it's sunny outside. Yeah, but somebody gonna have a car accident tomorrow.
And I hope it was you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just don't call me a bitch.
One more for the road.
Keyword tonight.
One more for the road, and then we're gonna
I'm gonna behave. My bad, chat. My bad.
One more for the road. So that's what y'all want.
Behave. We keep it PG-13 in here.
No,
it don't pass PG-13.
Shout out to my man Salty. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to K Mega's homie Crap.
Salty this, man. I can take it. I can dish it, bitch. You.
I can take it. I can dish it. I'm like a stripper.
I can't take this, bro.
Pour salt. I got salt for
Stay
you.
salty, bro.
Bro, you know what though? The more I listen to it, the more it sounds like a diss track, bro. It's like a diss track.
All right. Operations. What do you think about this? What do you think about this game? Does this get you hyped? Just for the mere thought that this could be the game that they are going to release. It pretty much sounds like it's the same game. I forget that they put the trademark out for it. I forgot what the actual name of it was. You gotta apologize. I did see it earlier, but
he's country, guys. Let him be country.
Yeah, let me be country because I could go look for it, but I gotta stay on this crap thing. So I'm not gonna go away from it. I gotta stay on there. I'm not going nowhere else. So, but anyway, what do you think, Operations? What is this something that's got you kind of excited? And it's a AAA game. This is and a hack and slash, something that Xbox One has not had under their umbrella as an exclusive for them.
But yeah, I am excited for it. Well, optimistically, because I gotta be realistic with it. Because like, we don't know if it's actually gonna release or they're actually gonna show off at E3 at this time. It's just rumor at this point.
No, it's confirmed. It's confirmed. And yeah, I heard it was confirmed by B-Sams, but as well as Jez or Rand actually said that yesterday. I was on the podcast with him, and he said that he had heard and that this was confirmed for what's going to be shown at E3 this year.
Okay,
hey, I got a question with that, Blake. This is my question. See, I made a video today about these leaks and all this other shit. All this. Why we just can't wait?
Well, I don't know about the leak.
And we seen it confirmed. Hang on, you heard it from Rand. And you got no issues with Rand and none of that. I'm tired of hearing about these. Everybody got sources, and they want to talk about this is what they heard.
I am 100% with 100 on that.
You a motherfucker. I'm tired of hearing that. Like, why would you just wait?
100. Made your point. Let him finish.
I know where you're coming from. I'm typically with you on leaks, but here's the thing. He actually heard from someone. He's known about this for months, and he talked about it because he was able to talk about it now. Because of the fact that
I heard about what you call it. I heard about the PlayStation. I mean, how the digital Xbox and stuff. I heard about it. You see me making the video about it. I ain't finna fuck up nobody's Christmas.
Okay. We can't kill a messenger. We can't kill our brother.
But I'll be quiet. I'm leaving it alone. Leave it alone.
Right.
Let him do his little thing, man.
Right. Don't do that, 100. Yeah. See what I told you? Yeah. On a sunny day, he said, we're going to get clouds in 30 seconds.
Yeah. Shut your ass up and play your game. Damn. Just get ready to have your fail of the week.
I'm about to call it through 25 pesos.
Being on this motherfucker.
Is that what that is? Okay, I got you.
25 pesos.
You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee you leave again. This is what's gonna happen. You ain't never coming home. I'm throwing your own shit back.
Hey.
Oh no!
You better not leave. You better act right.
Hey, that's 35. Using my saying.
Hey, bro.
That's right.
hey, don't worry. We gonna be on your stand.
Oh shit. Anyway, I'm gonna see you in LA. I'm gonna give you that big bear hug that I gave you last time.
And then after that, you go beat your ass.
You gonna throw my arm out.
Hey, what you gonna be prepared with?
No. It's gonna be like a OKC-LA eclipse in one spot.
Oh man,
y'all just try to stay up with me. They can't stay up with me, y'all, ladies and gentlemen.
You crazy. That boy.
I was drink everybody. That don't make you a man. That make you an alcoholic.
Hey, that's a lie. Because I was in there.
Let's say alcoholic implies you have a problem. You don't have a problem.
I was in there with Mad Queen, Everybody else was
We're not doing it. We're not doing it.
Everybody was
Let's
asleep.
go.
Everybody was asleep.
Hey, Mega. Let's go.
Me and
Let's go.
was sitting there talking.
We're not calling names. We're gonna keep it pushing.
Shout out to Mad Queen.
That's an Xbox after dark conversation.
No, it's not.
We're not doing nothing. I'm pulling my Delilah card.
Hey, my new name is Noctis.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Mega, we 2.5 hours in. Let's go.
I know. We about to get ready. Okay, so I was using operations for last, so he could sign us off. So, what is your thoughts about it? Anything else you want to elaborate to it? You want to add to it?
Oh yeah, Bone took words right out of my mouth. Pretty much, like I'm getting tired of these insider spoiling shit for us. Like Clobril, he cool dude, nothing against him. He spoiled Obsidian for us at XO. That would have been huge if we didn't know about it. Of course, XO people are all getting riled up because they can't wait for shit no more. So everything all antsy and shit. So like, I'm probably at a point where just not being on Twitter as much. So I'm getting tired of stuff being spoiled for me because it's really taking the fun out of stuff nowadays. But like,
he's saying that because he done spoiled stuff before.
Yeah, like I'm getting tired at this point. Nothing against him, but like, that's just me. I need to stay on Twitter more and just avoid this stuff. But yeah, the game sounds cool. I love the premise. Can't wait to see more about it at E3.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Get your feels of the week ready. People in the chat, man, it was lively. Even when we went past the 2-hour mark, man, as usual. There were so many topics, and of course, it's just natural. We gonna go left. We always do.
We turn up. We turn up.
But it's all fun. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we don't go in here and we don't act crazy like that. So we do our thing. But other than that,
no, so you don't beat Bloody for what happened.
Stop it.
And in our book, you ain't no bitch. Facts.
Oh my God! Stop it! Stop it!
Not no bitch.
Livewire, where can they find you at, and what is your feel of the week? And people in the chat, let me know what your feel of the week is as well. There's a lot of them going on. But what's yours, Live?
I say you can check me out on my channel, Livewire Gaming, and my feel of the week. Oh man. Yo, this fucking Mueller report, man. Fuck this bullshit, man. Every time they try to give me good news, they're gonna come around and pull up some shit on me, man. Fuck that shit,
Why don't you show your taxes, bro? Why don't you show your taxes?
So why you want to know my business, man?
I mean, every other president for the last 30 years showed their taxes.
I ain't them broke motherfuckers. Fuck out of here.
Okay. I got you. I'm cool. I got you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you still get tax money off of Lil Ivanka. I got you, dirty bastard. But anyway,
man, well,
what's your feel of the week?
Oh, my feel of the week. Ooh, man. So let me think about that one. You know what? I say all these tears out in the streets, man. So much crying. Motherfuckers flip-flopping so much, man. This shit is ridiculous, man.
Flip-flop.
Yeah, it's a lot of I ain't gonna say no names. I mean, I ain't gonna say no names, but it's a lot of flip-flop going on.
No flip-flop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z subliminal. We just throw out Jay-Z subliminals. Get him live.
A lot of strong cookies out this bitch.
All right, cool. 100, where can they find you at? What's your feel of the week?
Where they can't find me, I'm everywhere. I pop up every time like the boogeyman. You know, I took over the mantle of the Xbox community.
So shit gets too hot, and then you what? You leave.
Oh shit!
Go ahead. Is killing it tonight.
Go ahead, 100.
100 said he pops up like HPV.
Right. Oh
no. Why are you like this?
What's going on tonight?
Why you being salty with me, man? Why you pouring all that? This is all funny. No, this is for the game, but fell of the week is because I had to damn near work all week. That's my fell of the week. I wanted to kick back. Can't wait for the send the motherfucking game of the fighting of the games of the Mortal Kombat. I can't wait to play the joint, and I might try to sneak me a couple of days off the office and not do nothing. I say I'm sick, and I ain't sick. I'm sick, full of shit. That's why I ain't. But y'all catch me, everybody. Catch People been asking me what I'm gonna come back with the other show. We just in cahoots. I'm being focused. We just got to get people, because people got lives. You know,
We got to do our odd couple shit. We got to do our odd couple shit. They like that.
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, me and him got to get. Yeah, me and this ignorant one over here in 108. We gonna have to do our little thing, because when we do our thing, people like it. For some apparent reason, people like it. I don't know why they like it, but they like it.
So it's not Dev and the Gamer. It's
the drunk. It's
It's alcoholic and the punk.
It's the drunk and the punk.
Oh, damn! Drunk and the punk. I like that. We're gonna keep that.
Did y'all say pumps in the bump?
No. Damn.
No, he said jump to the pumps.
Oh, okay.
I know you move it. We're not doing that.
Blood, we let you live tonight.
Is a girl thick and tight? Oh my God! Okay.
Oh no! Why?
I like this music.
All right, cool. All right, 100. You went too long. All right. Hey Zeus, where can they find you at? What's your fail of the week? Oh, what's your fail of the week, 100? Because you was over there yapping. What's your?
I said at the work I said at the work. Oh, that's my fail of the week.
Right. Hey Zeus, what is your fail of the week, and where can they find you at?
No. If you're gonna call me, you gotta call me right. It's Jesus, man.
No,
right.
Hell no. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to call you my Lord and Savior, bastard.
I don't need to be your Lord and Savior, bro. I'm going to be saving something, all right.
Wearing mascara. You know what I'm saying?
He's saving me.
Hey, what the bitty-faced God. This ain't Game of Thrones. Get the hell out
yes,
of here.
It is. I'm on that Game of Thrones shit. You know who it is. It's your boy Bloody Knuckles, a.k.a. the Gothic Gamer, a.k.a. the Japanese enthusiast, the king of anime, BabyBot224. You know what it is?
Baby
Twitter
Bot.
fingers himself.
Baby Bot. They got you. All right. Cool.
The mascara monarch.
The anime king. What's your fail of the week?
I'm on that Game of Thrones shit, bro. You already know I got all the names.
What's your you know, at this E3, you're not gonna run under Aver's ass this time and leave us. You're gonna stick with us a couple of times. That's for damn sure.
Whoa.
Hey, Avers is the one who went with me to go do my thing, and then I couldn't find y'all anymore.
Avers
So
did not wanna
You
be
wasn't gonna
bothered
find
that
us when
much.
you got all that makeup on.
Avers was feeling like a damn, like he was babysitting.
Yo, did 100 just your mascara mascot? He called you Eminem, mascara mascot. That's disrespectful.
Oh no!
Oh shit. Anyway, much love. Anyway,
I ain't got no fails this week because I've been on that highs riders, man. I'm making
Facts.
work right now.
The charity stream was successful. We all proud of you, son.
yes,
Facts.
man, good job.
That was
bro.
successful, and the fact that
Good
I made it
job.
on the top streams on Mixer
Good
for
job.
a few hours, hell yeah!
Nice. That's awesome, bro. That is really
Facts.
awesome, man. Much love to you.
I love that. I love it. I love it.
All right,
Facts.
so 108, where can they find you at? And what's your
You can find me at 108 Dragons TV on everything. And let me tell you, man, I'm going to try to drop this video tomorrow. New gaming laptop review. You already know how we do here. Support everybody here. We are definitely making power wounds in 2019. We got the water buffalo, the alcoholic. We got the mascara mascot. This is what we do.
Who's the
We even
water
got a
buffalo?
7-foot bum. K-Mega.
Oh,
Because I was always asking for
He was
some damn
always
water.
drinking water.
I was drinking water.
Yo, he was drinking gallons of water.
I'm
and he was
drinking like
pissed. I mean, he got a bad
if it's
bladder.
hot, I'm drinking like a gallon and a half of water a day, Jack. There ain't no bullshit.
Right,
Man. I'm a big
But
dude,
listen,
but I
man.
put down some water.
But listen, man,
LA
on some real
water,
stuff, man. We
6,
coming out here. We doing giveaways. Everybody here is doing it out the generosity of heart. Support everybody here, man. We love the whole gaming community from any generation, any console. We support everything. Me and K Mega winning Xbox tonight. I want to get those likes and subscribes, and I want y'all to share this video out. Let's go!
No doubt. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us as always. Yes, we are some damn fools. And by request, can anybody just give me the code, the code name? Anybody give me the code name before we get out of here?
The pants off dance off?
No, the code name of the day, the word of the day.
Bitch!
Oh!
And yeah, ain't nobody on this panel a bunch of bitches. This is what we do. You want to find bitches? Go to another podcast. Male and female, don't matter.
Get back to the show.
Oh!
on. That could
We all get
Let's do it
it.
one more time. Let's do it again. Hold on, one more before we get out of here.
All around.
No, I mean,
Dude.
my mother. Dude, I'm not the
zombie.
one going around saying I'm
This-
salty and
definitely.
salty this, man. I can take it, I can dish it, bitch. You proven that you can't. You quit the minute somebody said something. I got kids, I got a wife, I can't take this, bro. I gotta go. Stay salty, bro. Pouring some salt out for you.
God! God!
I guess I won't be against those channels.
Hey, man, we gotta roll up on Salty, man. Get the bats, the Vaseline, and the motherfucking
Yeah, but that was
the
funny.
bandages. We about to go to brass knuckles, man. We can't let Salty go out like that, man. Can't let him happen like that.
Nah.
Man. Crap,
Salty, let's go.
Crap can't be that disrespectful. I'm not gonna participate. I'll just watch. But goddamn,
Nope.
crap was savage tonight.
Gotta get him some tampons for them bullet holes because he took some shots.
Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with us as usual, man. GRG was extra messy tonight. We'll get back to it. Episode 100 will be in full effect, man. So
it won't be as messy.
No,
it should be.
No,
No
Don't be
promises.
copping out. I told you, get the yellow serpent
No
back.
promises.
Eminem.
But it's awesome to see everybody participate and hang out with us. Thank you. As always, if you don't have to go to work tomorrow, take your ass to bed, then you need to be gaming. And if you ain't gaming, what you need to be doing?
Do that.
Oh, see, don't do that. You even doing that?
We're going to do a bloody
pants
status.
off?
We're going to bloody sleep with more women than 100.
Anyway,
Facts.
good night, everybody. Peace. Until next week.
God.
Episode 100 coming, baby. We are
And it's not
out.
missing 100.
Oh, no, it's not 99 pesos. No. We out. Peace.
Hey, thanks for checking out the GRG podcast. All your gaming news and our special topic of the week. Make sure to join us every Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 p.m. Central, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. This was the GRG podcast.